players contributed to Astralis winning the Intel Grand Slam as well. So Liquid helped facilitate $1 million in the back pocket of their biggest rivals. So maybe Astralis are happy with that.
I'm sure. Well, Astralis weren't happy with this. Let's recap that second semi-final. Astralis taking on Vitality. Unbelievable kind of David versus Goliath story. We painted it of this team hasn't been together for half as long as this Astralis roster.
Yeah, Alex has only been on this team for, I think it's like 191 days, right? For me, he is the revelation for this team.
Absolutely.
We can say Zywoo is the best player in the team. That's for sure. No one will doubt that. But what Alex has brought in terms of in-game leadership and the impact and change that he's had on the team, I think that he is the most important piece of this puzzle, at least in recent times. And in this LAN event, normally for the team, he's ranked the 4th highest rated player. This time around, he's the 2nd highest rated player for them. So he's having impact not only with
the matches they're losing do show signs. It shows promise that they're not gone completely.
Yep.
If they keep leveling up, get their activity up, and obviously the major is right at the perfect time on the upswing. It's just they haven't quite got there yet. And for me, teams like Vitality, teams like Team Liquid, they were active. They were winning tournaments. They were beating top teams. That just shows that if Astralis can be that good and still lose, we've got a great set of teams at the top right now.
They had to do it the hard way as well, right? One thing that I guess we haven't brought up a lot is Vitality lost the opening best of one. They had to go through the gauntlet of the lower bracket.
That's true.
They also had to qualify for this tournament, and I guess we could say Liquid also had to qualify for this tournament, but that was out of choice. They decided to play more Counter-Strike. So the 2 grand finalists, technically speaking, both came through qualifiers.
That's right, and we are just at the tip of the iceberg. I think that's how that analogy works. Either way, I'm going to go and do some Googling, and we are going to be taking a break, but ever closer to the grand final. We're going to be talking all about it, getting that vetoes through. We have the Warsteiner opening ceremony. There's a music performance by Stoke Culture performing Rush, and after map 1, stick around for the DHL drops. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the ESL 1 Cologne 2019 Grand Finals will commence.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why we play, right?
Oh, it's a lovely sound in my ears, Alex. It's a lovely sound.
Who thinks that the North American Counter-Strike scene is back?
Chicago, make some noise for Team American.
This is their chance to grab a trophy on home soil.
Taco waits below it, though. Taco waits below it, and he holds! That's absolutely sensational!
At the highest level of play, there can be no compromises. Gamers demand the highest clock speeds to give them the FPS they need to perform. Rise to the moment. Intel Core i7, the official CPU of ESL 1. Game, record, stream without compromise.
Do you have what it takes? Sign up now for the Vodafone 5G ESL Mobile Open. Qualify for the grand final at Milan Games Week.
This is Game Fuel. It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
So this is it. This is where it all started. The great business of DHL.
remember when we still use these?
We have all come a long way since then.
Hey, Effie, my little buddy. I got a special job for you. And this is only the beginning.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every frag, every moment. I run, but I never hide. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely. Which is why, as the expert, I bet with Betway. If you know CSGO, then you'll know the best way to bet on esports is with Betway, for the love of the game.
Welcome to the war game.
You're no ally of mine. Your life is a kind of lie, and I know that I won't change your mind. We have no common ground, and we're never gonna figure it out. So don't get friendly, get angry. I'll bury you down by the bar. So don't reach out, and I'm mean that. I'm under siege, and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm at a fever pitch, you're at a leisurely pace. Unscathed and unafraid. A warm welcome to the war game. A warm welcome to the war game.
Tired of typing drop in the chat and not getting anything? Get ready for the DHL drop at ESL 1 Cologne. Grab yourself a DHL drop sign, customize it with your message, and make sure we spot you in the crowd. If you're lucky, one of our special deliveries is coming your way. And for all of you watching at home, stay tuned to find out how you can get a DHL drop too.
ESL One Cologne is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, DHL, Betway, Asus Republic of Gamers, Pay Safeguard, and MSI. Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Two teams, one trophy, and potentially over $1 million. That is what is on the plan today. Oh my goodness, the Lanxess Arena, every time the spider cam flies through it, it does take my breath away and my brain goes elsewhere. Team Liquid versus Vitality. Unfortunately, my brain is not what we're relying on to share an insight here. We do have Chad Sponge Birchall and Duncan Thorin Shields, your analysts, to break this one down. And as we bring the rosters on screen, I want names. What's jumping off the page, Duncan, when you see this roster of 10 stepping onto the grand finals?
I mean, I think to myself, Zero might be crowned the king of Counter-Strike individually, but Team Liquid want to be the team that's the kings of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, they want to pluralize.
People don't really do very well sharing, but one of the things that Stewie said, you know, they're not scared of Zyro. When they played against each other back at Summit, they played 4 maps, 2 best of 1s, and then the best of 3 that was a 2-0. Zyro went plus 40 if you amalgamate all of his frags in that game, right? So he is a massive factor, or was a massive factor when they played last time. I think the stage is the difference maker and probably will be the leveling ground in this one.
There are 2 really interesting topics of discussion here, Duncan, and we kind of outlined them coming into today, one of which did take over social media last night, and I'll let you kind of walk us through the research. And I think it was actually someone just tweeted at Pipetta, and he did the research, it came through.
What happened was I did some sort of a comment about Astralis, and someone basically said after Vitality had beaten them, like, NBK's never lost to the core of Device, Dupree, and Zipnix on LAN. And then Peter from HLTV.org looked it up. He confirmed that I think it's 11 series they played, and basically NBK has never lost. Now, there are some caveats to that. It's not like he was just wrecking them in every final. Like, for example, if you look at the up and down of NBK's career, pretty much the downs are the period when some of those guys were on top, and so they never met. But obviously, they did meet 11 times. Yeah. It's not like these guys were ever scrubs. You have to realize that trio, you can go right back to 2014. They were in big semifinals of majors. They were champions the next year. So certainly his envious teams held over them. He was obviously in the G2 lineup. That was pretty good a couple of years ago. Hasn't played him as much so recently, but he just got another win to notch on the board now.
Yeah, and Apex was another name that would have been back with the French Counter-Strike. Maybe not alongside MBK the entire time, but this is one of the rounds yesterday that we highlighted. And this kind of a player with his intuition and the willingness to make massive plays like this semi-final against a team like Astralis, he was hugely influential. But we are talking about one player here. The entire team stepping up is what is the most impressive thing about Vitality is in this tournament, especially in that semi-final, is that everybody contributed, right? It wasn't just Zywo carrying the rest of the team.
And I want to make sure we have ample time to at least set the scene for maps, because it is coming up. Veto is looming. And Chad, you said you've got a pretty firm understanding that this is going to be an interesting one.
The reason it's interesting, because in a best of 5, obviously we're going to potentially see 5 maps, only 2 bans. Both these teams ban Train, so that means that whoever gets to ban first can float Train.
There's an obvious wrinkle here, Chad, which is that I know Team Liquid plays Vertigo.
Vitality.
I don't know if Vitality want to. They played it once on LAN.
Yeah, but I think, you know, if you are Liquid and you get the choice to ban first, which they have, they don't have to ban Train, right? Because right now, that leaves it up to Vitality. Do they want to leave Train in the map pool, or do they want to, you know, ban it out, and then we will see Vertigo come one up? It could be the last map.
If you really believe you can beat Team Liquid straight up, I don't think you actually ban it here.
Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's have a reveal. It's gone.
There we go.
Okay, so we are going to see Vertigo. We don't know where. It could potentially crop up in the earlier stages. But now the really cool thing is, not only did Liquid get to float their permaban and get rid of Nuke, which has been troublesome for them, they now get to choose the first and the third maps. So they have the best scenario in this entire veto. They could potentially get this one done in 3.
And the interesting thing is, you look at them, Vitality's not a team that wants to play Nuke a lot, but they've won twice on it against Team Liquid, so I'm expecting that's a potential pick for them at this point in time.
Isn't Overpass fantastic for the French too?
Yeah, they have
both first 2 maps are amazing for both teams.
Yeah. These are some of the maps that both of these squads love, so that's fantastic.
Monster T-sides as well.
Okay, well, there you go. You get Inferno in there as well. If you forget, Liquid absolutely destroyed Astralis on that map not that long ago. They obliterated them, and yesterday we did see that game go to the wire with Astralis and Vitality on Inferno. So that's 3 maps that we know both teams are hugely competent on.
I love it so far.
Yeah,
if I'm Vitality, I would actually put Vertigo here. I'd say, listen, if we're already in the series still, but we haven't won it yet, let's get Vertigo there. Let's not go ahead and play it. Oh, they're going to do Mirage, actually.
Okay, so Vertigo is the
decider, right?
So we've got to go all 5 if people actually want to see Vertigo get played.
A grand final could finish on Vertigo. The new addition to the map pool, of course, we've seen it time and time again, the likes of Cobblestone, Overpass, maps introduced into the map pool, they have to show up somewhere, and once the best of 5 show up, it's a distinct likelihood we could very well see Vertigo should it go to 5. A long conversation for a later date, because now Overpass is going to be the first. And I mean, that's just the fact that both of these teams love it means, can I start to get excited that we're going to have a fantastic opening game? I think so. And I think there's others that will have a similar sentiment. Why don't we head over to the Vodafone view where Pimp's got one of his boys.
Yes, that's right, Alex. Pimp has one of his boys, also known as Trace, but also, Cologne, I want to know if you're with me right now. I want to know if you want this grand final. I want to know if you are out there and alive this morning. Thank you, thank you. Wie heißt die Mutter von Niki Lauda? Didn't work. All right, maybe next time. Anyway, look, we got the Vodafone view here. And we're going to start talking about 2 players that we've identified because these 2 have been flying off the charts. We've got Elige, and then we've got Ziwu, which makes a very compelling case for being one of the best players, if not the best of all time.
I think there's no doubt you can argue that right now Ziwu is one of the best players in the world. I would even say he's the most consistent player in the world right now. I know we had the likes of Simple, Nico, Cold Zero, but this guy right here in his rookie season has blown everyone away.
Yeah, I mean, this being his rookie season, he's shown so much promise, so much poise. There's so many numbers going into this matchup alone that leads me to believe that we're going to have 2 heavy hitters going at each other, toe for toe, tit for tat. It doesn't matter the map. This is going to be a lot of individual performances. They're going to have to come out here on either side. Liquid is going to have to start strong. And yes, the desk made a good case for it. There's a real good chance they come in here and they do it in 3 maps. Jacob, how do you feel about that?
Nah, they're not going to do it in 3 maps. I think Ziwu is too good. I know they have Elige. I know they have Twist, Nafly. They have so many good players in Team Liquid. But when you have a guy called Ziwu on the other team, he's poised to win at least a map in this arena. As Chad said in the analysis desk as well, plus 40 over the 4 maps they already played. Ziwu is here to play in his rookie season. I have high belief that he will make this very competitive.
Do you think that this with Ziwu can just withstand the test of time? Do you think that this is going to be the all-time of Ziwu? He's just going to be able to get away with this at every single event?
Let's just pretend that he wins this final today. I think there's a case to be made that he's the best player in the world as of right now. That in an era where Simple is playing, that's a statement.
Yeah, I would say that's a statement, to say the very absolute least. But look, Liquid right on the cusp of grabbing an Intel Grand Slam. Right on the cusp of solidifying everything that they need to be that #1 of all-time team. Astralis, they're not here anymore. So perhaps we jump right into what is a Liquid and Vitality grand final. Any last words, Jacob?
I mean, winning $1 million, it's not too bad.
Sounds pretty sweet if you ask me. Even sweeter than that would be us getting this grand final underway. Cologne, it's time to put your hands together for this best of 5, Liquid and Vitality. Do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Warsteiner opening ceremony. You keep throwing around the words grand final, and I am going to be excited. And the anticipation in the Lanxess Arena, 15,000 people ready for a grand final. Are we ready? Oh, yes, we are. 2 teams about to battle it out to get this trophy, to get their names on it. And they will go home, the ESL One Cologne grand champions. But there's an extra little layer to it, an extra little kicker, and that is the Intel Grand Slam. If Team Liquid, who say they're the best team in the world, beat Vitality, an extra $1 million will be theirs. A Liquid winning this? But the denial might happen as well, and that is Vitality. If they stop it and they take that trophy, then they get an extra $100,000. A Vitality winning this? Every person packed into the Lanxess is ready, so let's keep that hype going. Let's build it as we get towards this best of 5. And to do that, let's hear from a music act that you have heard both here and in Montpellier, and that is Stow Culture.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, ain't no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother.
Yeah. Stuff. Yeah. Seem like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust don't come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in lion mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Rush. Let's go! Hey! Take a dab before you dry off. It's the only way to live. You can't be without it, baby. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
It's just a try before you sign off. The shit can cure the sick.
They ain't count on that. One say
real songs.
What?
It's the only way to live.
Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Where you at? Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on it. They ain't count on it. They ain't count on it. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Rush. ESL. Woo.
Pick a panel to be right on. Cause no one really gives. And don't look back or keep your eyes on. Long ago.
Count on it.
Long ago.
Count on it. Doesn't matter what it gon' cost. No. Never gave a shit. Real souls. Yeah, let it take a hit. Hey. Cologne, how y'all feeling tonight? Y'all feeling good? Yeah.
Tell me who's getting high on emotion.
Look around.
People fight for their right for some peace here.
Look around. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be, yeah. Anywhere you wanna be, yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on it. They ain't count on it. They ain't count on it. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all it. They don't want all it. They don't want all it. Rush. Take off. Rush at the rush. Take off. Rush at the rush. Ha. Hey, let's go.
Rush.
Take off. Rush at the rush. Ha. Yeah. Carlito. Ha. No way.
Woo! ESL1 Cologne, thank you very much for having us. We are Stone Culture.
Yeah.
Stoke Culture, and I am high on emotion, baby, here in the Lanxess Arena. 5 years we've been in this place we're calling the Cathedral of Counter-Strike. And I want every person in here, 15,000 people, to repeat after me as we send a little message to the Counter-Strike gods. Are you ready for this? I do solemnly swear that I will lose my shiz during this grand final. Mother frickin' man. Are you ready? Oh yes we are. A grand final, a best of 5 about to happen. But first though, this year Counter-Strike had a birthday. 20 years old. So as we get ready for our 2 teams to come out, let's hear a message from the creator of Counter-Strike.
Greetings to everyone at ESL 1 Cologne in beautiful Germany. My name is Min Lee, but most people know me as Gooseman, one of the creators of Counter-Strike. It's a great honor to be speaking to so many CS players. I started Counter-Strike 20 years ago as a passion project, and I never would have imagined I'd still be talking about it today. People always ask me, why did I create CS? And I gotta say, I was heavily influenced by action movies. Movies like Heat, Ronin, and Air Force One. I really wanted Counter-Strike to capture the tension and the thrills found in these movies. I was also a big fan of the Rainbow Six series, and I loved the amount of teamwork involved in those games, so that was also something I wanted to incorporate into CS as well. When I think of the most memorable moments in Counter-Strike's development, I'm always reminded of the crazy bugs and features that I tried to put into the game. Features such as drivable vehicles, shields, VIP escort modes. A lot of these features never made it into the final version of the game, but they always make me smile. I remember there was a bug on one map where the terrorists could drive a vehicle up to the bomb site and then plant the bomb in the back of the car and then drive off of the bomb site. It was hilarious watching the counter-terrorists chase this vehicle and trying to defuse the bomb while the terrorists were just shooting at them. Thankfully, bugs like these don't exist anymore, but it's always fun when I think about them. I often get asked whether I thought Counter-Strike would be a huge success, but like most amateur game developers, I didn't expect CS to become as big as it did. I truly believe CS became so popular because of the community's involvement in helping shape the game. To this day, the community continues to create new content such as maps and weapon skins that keep the game fresh. The key to CS's success was always its ability to keep the community involved, and I think this is a big reason why Counter-Strike will remain popular for the next 20 years and beyond. I've always watched so many fantastic esports matches in the past, and it's been an honor to be part of such an awesome esports community. The amount of time and dedication esports players put into their career always amazes me, and I want to wish good luck to the finalists of ESL 1 Cologne. I'm really looking forward to watching the match. Lastly, I'd like to thank all of the fans and modders of Counter-Strike for making Counter-Strike the phenomenon it has become. It's been an honor to be a part of this 20-year journey with all of you guys, and I hope to see it continue for the next 20 years. Thanks and have fun.
stakes do not get higher. Failure will not be more crushing for whatever team loses today. I want to hear from you right now. Who is winning this best-of-5 grand final? Who is taking that trophy? Is it this team? Is it Liquid? Is it Vitality? One more time. Is it Liquid? Is it Vitality? Every person in this building, are you ready? Let's get it on.
From the European qualifier to the grand finals. Thrust into the lower bracket on round one, they have fought ferociously. Vitality are looking to continue their unbeaten record versus the world #1 on the grand final stage. Team Liquid, on the other hand, won one game, one match of Counter-Strike away from another $1 million into their bank accounts on top of the prize money of ESL1 Cologne. That's just a bonus at this point, should they pick this win up.
Yeah, and I hope that they're looking at it like it's a bonus, because right here, right now, it doesn't matter about that $1 million. They lived in the shadow of Astralis for all of 2018. They suffered so many defeats at their hands in grand finals, and now this is their time, this is their year, and I don't think Vitality are going to be able to stop them here, because Team Liquid, they look determined.
I think it's a hunger. I mean, we speak to them, albeit briefly, Duncan. You can see there is just composure and drive on every single member of Liquid you speak to.
Absolutely, yeah. The difference is they know what they went through last year, the changes they had to make. I'll tell you right now, from talking to some of these guys, they think if Astralis had kept going, they'd beaten them anyway. Like, they think of adding Stewie in, how it changed the roles around for a bunch of players. They expanded their map pool. All of a sudden, they have these amazing T-sides on maps like Overpass. That used to be their permaban. Dust 2, they're the masters of it. I mean, we've already seen those first two maps, Overpass, Dust 2. Yeah, they're great maps for Vitality. But as you were mentioning there, that was the opening map they lost to NIP. So the Vitality guys, they've also had an up and down route through this tournament, whereas Team Liquid's been marching through teams.
There has, however, been the sentiment from Vitality players and analyst desks alike that this has been an upswing. Group stage and playoffs are very different Vitality versions.
Yeah, look, they've had to grow into this, right? They've lost quite a few maps when you look back at that group stage, and then when they've come out here and they've been on the stage, things that look terrible for them, like their T-sides, all just came together. It was magic. They had a direction, they had a game plan. You hear Alex talk about the staff in the back room. Well, whatever they're doing, they need to keep doing it, because this team has looked very decisive in the way that they've come on out in these last two matches.
The first map, Overpass. Duncan, something that I'd love for you to kind of share with the group, share with the class, was your observation regarding Liquid's proficiency with not needing utility on their T-side. I've heard Chad say similar things.
Absolutely. Well, this is a map where if you go back for all the great teams on this map, Na'Vi, Astralis, obviously the SK guys, the Brazilians, it's all about like timing, how do you use a utility? You think of the Astralis era, it was actually a map they didn't specialize as much, but again, Big was a team that loved this map. You pretty much need to master utility if you want to get in that B site for the B hits, if you want to do those slow delayed build-ups down along A. Well, the difference is Team Liquid, they could do that if they wanted to, but what an extra edge you could have in the game if you had an extra smoke grenade for the post plan. If you could actually fake someone off when you didn't need to, if you could have attacked the site. And you see, I saw that game yesterday. They were just walking into the B side, the site you need all the smokes for, and just headshotting people in the opening duels.
Yeah, and that actually works in well to what Vitality do over towards that B bomb site, right? Every single round, RPK is going to Molotov Monster Tunnel. Apex comes over there and Molotov Sewer. And then all Alex is doing is sitting and waiting for a reaction of nades. If you're going to walk on through and you're going to surprise them, Alex can't set up his players to get the multi-frag, so that's something that they can look to exploit there. If they can also condition this A bomb site, which is where Zywoo and the likes of MBK play together, if they can make them split up or get a pick every round, Apex is going to have to start cheating over towards that A bomb site, which will weaken their B defense, and that's something that Liquid could use here to bully them. But we were talking about fakes, Duncan just brought that up. That's something that we've seen a lot from Vitality. They've been throwing in a lot of double fakes, they've been doing misdirection, double pumps, huge calls, Alex with late round lurks being a nuisance and making it hard for people to cheat over to bomb sites. So if we see more of that, we're going to have an absolute brawl here, because both of these teams get gritty. They love to fight. They love to push on in, and they're very disruptive. The French were one of the OGs of doing it. If we think back to, you know, the time when Titan was just force buying time and time again. We have the LDLCs of the world. That's the type of match I think we're in for here. Just a force buy battle of individual power going toe to toe.
Just for those that aren't perhaps esports historians, when was the last time French Counter-Strike was on top, Duncan?
Well, they did win ESL Pro League back in 2017. They managed to beat, obviously, the Brazilians and then eventually the Danes in the final. They had the DreamHack, I think it was Malmo was the one they won, was the last one. Unfortunately, after that, they had this big drought where they basically never won a playoff series. Then they had the split where you had NBK was on the bench, or G2, so this was originally, we always used to say, it used to go Sweden was the best nation, second was France, it wasn't Denmark. USA was a mile away at the time, so it shows how it has been like a return.
It is. It is a return to form, and I don't think anyone is complaining. Team Liquid on one side of the stage and Team Vitality on the other. An arena full of 15,000 passionate esports fans, and they know it's time. And when I say the words, when the horn sounds, it will be time for the grand final. Ladies and gentlemen, the fist bumps are in Lanxess Arena. It's the grand finals! Let's go to church. Henry G and Sadakis, the honor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Alex. Welcome back to the Cathedral, ladies and gentlemen. This is a final of biblical proportions. Vitality looking to take down the Titans of Team Liquid. And on the line.
Ну чё, народ, погнали нахуй. Let's start. А чей это пик? А, БО5, ебать. Это вообще жесть. Да, ну несмотря на халтовый орг, попробую так угадать, чей это пик. Это пик Ликвид, потому что они его против нами постоянно пикали. Да не, за его так не приколешь. А чё Виталити пикнули? Точнее, ладно, какие карты не будем играть? Ля-ля. Просто не человек. Макросы в мышке.
And we're going to see Team Liquid getting the bomb down there. They do have a chance to force buy in the second if they want to. Didn't get enough frags to justify it, but you can see
Пивасик мы уважаем.
I love to see this. He is one of the most explosive, exciting, electrifying players in
Counter-Strike right now, and he's showing us what he's capable of
in the first round. The AK-47 has been purchased for Stewie. It's not the force buy. This is the tactical purchase. They'll be buying up next round and seeing whether Stewie can open things up and cause some financial damage here. There is definitely still a chance that Liquid can win this round, but they're going to have to take it slow.
Или просто один калаш. Ну там... Не, это просто один калаш.
ZywOo again holding out connector. Twists goes out toward long, Stewie. He waits inside of, right now, the picnic, and they'll get a little bit closer. The AK, the one AK bomb plant. And this is the call from Liquid to try and respond. Vitality took the pace to them the other way, flanking around. Count on the fact that they are going to want to be aggressive. They want to take the game early to Liquid. People say, oh no, the two AK kills already.
А вот и калаш реализован.
He's got the armor 78 HP, and he's already on the site. This is massive.
Капец, у Стюи голова большая. Ой, до свидания. Абсолютно чарджен.
It would take something amazing at this point to recover this round. Stewie 2K single-handedly just mauls Vitality here, but there is still a chance for the French. It's down to this player here, Apex. He knows he's got the sound cues. They're not aware of it.
Апекс, Апекс. Давай. Ой, неплохо.
happened. The Deagles went out, but Stewie 2K, he is the hero of the round. AK-47 designed to do financial damage. It actually ends up winning absolutely everything in the round. And Vitality, once again, Matt, it's been a talking point of this entire tournament. They can't convert those second rounds. They win pistols, no problem, but this has happened so many times to them. They can't afford it in the grand final, not against Team Liquid, but what can you do against this, to be fair? Stewie 2K looking sharp as ever.
Absolutely. You're so right. We talked about it at the group stages just to try and get through to the quarterfinals. Vitality made a meal of their own game. They could have absolutely walked away with it, and they lost something like 4 anti-eco rounds. That will kill you at this level. They cleaned it up in the playoffs so far, but man, oh man, already we're seeing signs of it. If that happens, Liquid's going to have an easy time.
Absolutely, and Alex said the team's been working on it. They've been watching the demos and trying to work out what the problems are. Instead of getting in your head, it's happening in the first map. Second round, it's coming back to haunt you once more. They're going to have to force buy back in this third.
Теперь Форс КТ делает.
CZs, Eagles, and 5-7s. We'll see if Nafly and Go can make a quick one of this. Nafly with the opportunity to open things up there. Spots the head, and that's his standard position. You'll see him working towards B every single round, either showing presence, lurking in there, trying to find a pick, or just watching for those rotations. Liquid don't have to do much this round. They'll hold up and see if they can bait out any sort of attention from the CTs, who are currently stacked in that B-bomb site.
BK with the aggressive stance at long. What an opening map as well, to consider the fact that this is Liquid's essentially home territory. Overpass has been so successful for them. As MBK catches them off. Dink onto Stewie. 1 HP. He gets the kill in return. But if this one slipped away, you start to talk about the mentality. The fact that finals last year left them a little bit desperate and desirable toward the end of the season, so much so they had to change a player and bring in a new coach to try and get to winning ways, to try and get over that final hump. If they lose it at the start, that does become somewhat of a factor, because Vitality is going to build on momentum. They are riding the wave right now to be in this final, and we're seeing it again as Zaiwu gets Nitro. Apex steps up, the leash goes down. AK is in his hands, twists. He slows the pace. He has no other choice but to slow it down. What a reaction. He was looking to the site because he was susceptible of being peeked from bank, and he'd be able to get the headshot.
He's been doing that all tournament long. Angles and shots that don't look possible. It's Twist making them happen. 20 seconds remaining. Smoke towards heaven, and RPK has a chance to win this shot. He's alone right now, but the rotation's coming through. He needs at least one frag, and Nafly knows it. He's got the high HP. Oh, he did. Absolutely destroys him, and Alex is trying to deny the plant at this point. It's all he can do as they do recover there. That's the fourth fight from Vitality. It was a close, scrappy round. He saw some great shots there from the French, but Twist, he stole the show. That shot towards the bathroom, that's what wins in the round there. As soon as he gets that, they go back towards B, and Nafly, that's a correct decision. The high HP player going in first. He knows it's going to be either a CZ or a P250 hiding on the site. He can take that down, no problem, and they've got themselves a massive advantage now. It's 2-1 in their favor up against a full eco. Apex, as ever, does like to invest a bit more in his teammates. He'll have the extra pistol, the P250, as they make their way towards B. You would do well to give these rounds up. It's the force buys that the talking point here. You just have to play a pretty standard round here. The Mac 10's going in first. Use the pincer, find the headshots. It's no problem at all here for Team Liquid, as Apex will be dropped as well. 3 kills found, maybe the 4th. It's going to be a very quick round. Series 2 getting the showboating. That's what we want to see as we get in to another desperate situation.
From Stewie, that is what you want to see. From anyone else, you might call it a bit of a tilt, a response to aggression further on. But with Stewie, he's flamboyant, he's aggressive. He loves to be that type of player, to play the mental game as well, and he's doing it already. Zaiwu's the one he finds on the flank. Good read. And then we find ourselves at 3-1. Vitality to respond. And you'd expect that Zaiwu would want to have the off by now, but he can't. He's onto a FAMAS. They haven't saved enough money to bring it out.
Yeah, that second round loss, that's really dented them. They're wounded at this point. The Team Liquid know it. Why not stick together? Why not keep those Mac 10s? There's only 2 players with helmets at this point, and this has been such a calling card for Liquid. Just going into this B side, a couple of smokes, sending in
Твист играет так же вроде как и против Нави. Тупо нагло на ноге выскакивает.
3 versus 1. Nitro surely can't pull this one off.
Nitro
Vitality это контролят.
Everyone's got a kill across both teams now, and it's 1 round between them. The guns come back out for Team Liquid. Lots of money left for Elige, even though he's already bought in this round as well. So they're in a decent position for Liquid. They would need a bomb plant to buy again comfortably. Still no AWP, but they get a slight upgrade in the fact that there's an AK carried over, and it's going to be RPK that has it. Now rotate out with an aggressive push already. No AWP, so no bench peek. But flashes and nades toward the stairs. Not a ton of damage done.
Деньги есть даже на следующий.
And they'll slow it again on Liquid side because they know the situation and
У Ликвида все хорошо.
but Nitro back on the op. Yesterday had one of the best rounds in this entire event. So nearly the aces. He missed one shot, but he got 4. Alex, great push. Caught by Stewie. That's the response they need.
It's a nice trade, and we've always said that this does favor the T side. You're spread thin on the defense at this point. A 4-on-4 and already a compromised round. AWP available and headshots as well. They keep trading blows at this point. A 3 versus 3 with over a minute on the clock. A side finish does look likely here. Nitro waiting for the reaction. He's got the bomb as well, and he's in a pretty precarious spot considering he has the bomb on his back. Flashbangs for his teammates there towards long right now in Apex. He'll be ready and waiting towards the A side. He received a smoke towards the steps. This is all on Zywu, and we know Twist has been hitting these shots, and he's done it once again. What a beast!
Apex. High flash, no, not at all. Nitro shuts him down. It bounces off the truck, but it doesn't matter. Bomb's already being planted. Smoke off toward the bank stairs as
RPK куда собрался?
He's got an AK, but can he go with it? Not at all. Elise greets him.
А что же он хотел сделать, интересно? Одному богу известно.
So much great teamwork, so much chemistry on Overpass, and it's like the best map for both of these teams. It's a great way to kick off this best of 5 here. Nitro, oh, that's a beautiful shot. You can see they're fired up, and I think it has to be another eco here from Team Vitality. They keep getting reset. They have nothing really to work with here. At the very top end, they've got Alex on 4K, so we will get a Zywu or presumably next round. That's the best news I can bring you for Vitality at this point. Liquid continue their dominance up against 3 USPs, 2 Deagles, no armor, no nades. Should be quite the simple procedure as they make their way towards middle here. Everyone holding up as we'll see the CTs push off towards short. If they can find a couple of kills here, that would be something. They're going for the 3-man boost to just try and steal a kill away. It'll be the Deagle that goes up. It's a lovely little boost if you can find the shot, but Naf, he seems to be aware of it. He'll be holding right back there, almost a T-spawn.
Even tried to go for the spray. Catches people out pushing through sandbags. They seem to have an idea as to what they're up to on the Vitality side because they've already set up and they're looking out both the door and through short. But watch for Elise as he gets back down toward long. They know NBK was there. No mistake on him. Marginal damage. Apex trying to sneak in as well, but Nitro's already looking in front of the bathrooms. He should go down any second. He has, and we caught the RPK kill as well, so you get context on both sides as Zywu is now the left in a 1-on-5.
Yes, good luck, my friend. Oh, okay.
Вот так
wow.
вот.
No luck required there. That's pure skill.
One taps.
He'll get the first shot at least, and that's an AK-47 gathered. Remember, it's Alex who's saving the cash right now. He's got $4,000, so the AWP is almost a certainty at this point. You can save the AK on the CD side. You still get the cash next round. AK always very beneficial on the defense. You can actually do a lot of great work with it, as Zywu keeps on demonstrating here. That's the second kill for him now. At this point, is it even worth risking another play? You want to keep your money strong on the Liquid side here. It's not actually running away. They've actually lost a lot of casualties in the last few rounds. As they keep 3 alive for now, they're not going to force anything more. Just going to allow Zywu to keep the AK-47, which really boosts the chances of Vitality for success in the next round. And definitely you're going to see that AWP map.
We definitely will, and it'll be in his hands.
Oh, yes. That much I can tell you. Who he gives the AK to, that's another question altogether. He throws it over. It's going to go in the hands of Alex here as the AWP is exchanged. Zywu toe-to-toe with Nitro. And Nitro, I would say, on Overpass, it was a little bit quiet yesterday, but he had one of those absolute show-stopping moments on the CT side, which he seems to find oh so often. Will he replicate it on the T side? We will see. He's 5-3 right now. Zywu, considered to be one of the most exciting players in the world at this moment, finally gets his weapon of choice as he heads towards long and then towards the bathrooms. Actually, misses the flower bed jump here, but luckily no one there to contest as the wallbangs continue here. I thought that was going to be a dig. Apex down to 70.
He's not done. Backs off. Has support. Already the incendiary down inside of sandbags. Elise will get up behind it. Just peek to see if anyone is watching out from either the pillar or up close. RPK waiting as well. It's a good position on B. Damage done onto Twists. That was all the way through the door back toward lower, so not just the spray at the wooden wall. It went down the hallway to catch him as well, and he's got to back away. close one, but he's the only one over here. Wants to sell it, wants to try and convince them that they're heading this direction. He's got the first on Apex. What's the response? Because they're so far out. NBK sees the nades go in, fully blind, but no one that close. No one able to push off this, so they still have to check it. Twist is the one low, and also with the bomb. NBK's gonna back. He knows he can because he's confirmed it's on this side of the map. 45 seconds is still a lot of time for Liquid to respond, and they do exactly that, but Elige goes down to 26.
Yeah, that cost him a lot more than he anticipated there. That should have been a cleaner kill, but still they have the advantage here. They're gonna finish up towards the B side. It looks like it's a bit of a gamble here. ZywOo trying to get information as much as he can towards A, and I think he'll rotate and he'll go for the gamble. 20 seconds remaining. RBK needs frags here. He delivers 1 minute, straight it out instantly, but ZywOo still in the game here, and Alex as well. AK-47, remember, looking to deny it all, and Stewie, he doesn't check the water. It gives him an absolute chance here. Elige in the 2 versus 1 now. Surely he's out of luck. Alex certainly isn't. He holds strong on the B bomb site, and there we go. Vitality with the AWP. No kills required on that one. It's Alex with the AK-47 holding strong as they find their second sniper to take into the next round. That was an impressive hold. Alex is a player that's come into his own in 2019 map.
Absolutely has. Definitely was not on my radar at all, and just like ZywOo, he's showed up not quite to that level, but what a performance they both had in making this team what they are. They were rated number 3 coming into this event. I think firmly in the rankings they'll be number 2 at the end of it, just based on performance, and they had to do this the long way. That's the other aspect of this. Now, Liquid, it comes with a bit of a caveat, given that they turned down the original invite and then chose to qualify, deciding late that they wanted to actually attend this event, and rightfully so. But both these teams technically, therefore, came through the qualifier to be even here, let alone in the final.
It's a fascinating story, and the fact that Vitality went down to the lower bracket as well in the first round, had to fight tooth and nail all the way here. It's quite the story. As we'll see Vitality, as I mentioned, the double orb setup. NBK, if you're rolling back the years, right back to his source days when he was a main sniper. He'll be wielding that second AWP here. We'll see if it works out for them. Nitro still with a full buy as well. Liquid with plenty of cash. They've got maybe one more buy in them. If Vitality are able to squeeze in another round, and which they have to. They can't afford to be reset once again. We'll see the flashbangs coming towards middle. No real aggression from the CTs, but NBK is pushing long. Twist, he'll go towards short once again. They show so much presence towards B. They're more than happy just to face check that bomb site.
Bounce, Molotov, Incendiary. That's pretty clever. A lot of people playing this position. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right on his head. Twist has to get out of it. Oh! How does he do that? By design, they want to flush him out. Twist has other ideas. Comes out with the headshot onto Apex. I like that Incendiary. I like that use of the ledge. You don't see that too common these days, and still, it works so well, and they pull it apart.
The thing is as well, though, the sound cue actually suggested, let's swing out and get him. We know he's there, but Twist hits the shot, but so does NBK. We said he can be a dab hand with the orb. Can he find his second? He absolutely can. It brings it back in their favor. Nafly smoked out towards short. All 3 players here towards B as Twist. He'll have to find another epic shots here with the AK-47. We have got RPK ready and waiting, and Alex has got a great position to help him out.
And how stoic was NBK as well to avoid that shoulder peek. Incredible movement from Stewie, and he still gets beaten. RPK to take the bomb down. They want to get back to a 4th round and get back within 1. RPK confirms it. Vitality are certainly giving Liquid a run on what is their home territory.
Absolutely true. They are looking great on that B side of the map. It's where Liquid like to bully. And this is what I found interesting. They got the sound cue there. They swing off it. They try and flush that player out. Twist hits that shot, but NBK, he saves the day. He pushes them back in towards the B side. They're trying to get back towards A at that point, and you can see what it means. There's Alex, the in-game leader. He's no rookie. He's been around for a while. He's become a household name within this Vitality lineup, as we'll see. Team Liquid now with their first eco, I would say. Not really much to report. They have got 6K on Elige. They can drop some deagles. And looks like that's going to be the play. So more of a partial buy than eco here. We are going to have enough utility for a B execution. They want to try that again. It's one of their go-to approaches. We talk about that snowball effect being so prevalent in today's game. If you can get the early kill with the CZ, the drive-by shots with a couple of smokes and flashes deployed, it's enough to get a plant and maybe a bit more.
Alex again back over. 3-stack B with ZywOo. 4, excuse me, with ZywOo getting aggressive on the op. Didn't see anyone this time. He'll make the executive decision to go back toward the site because he doesn't want to be that far on his own. And he has Alex and Apex coming back over. Nitro's been waiting toward the fountain. Liquid will work their way out from the connector and clear bathrooms. Smoke down at the door, but they're going to walk by it anyway. If they lose this anti-eco, then we really have a problem.
Well, anything can and will happen. It's the full A execution here. They're going to remove vision. Remember, they've got the double snipers here, Matt. If the bomb does get planted, the snipers on the retake, they know they need kills. There's the missed shot. It's a chance to get close. This is where they can punish. But Zywoo and Alex, they're more than ready.
And Apex is there. Don't forget to ward long as well. They got the read early. Zywoo back. Oh! But out of the pistols come out of nowhere. Nitro, Naf, Twist. Oh, with kills and MBK smoked off. Suddenly, Liquid have a chance in this round, and it all, still, when they have the crossfires, goes against them. Anti-Ecos are the nemesis. The Antichrist and Liquid find out that the bomb goes down, the round over, it's 6-4.
That's exactly
Да, Зайву что обосрался в этом моменте.
That's the anti-ecos, the anti-force buys. It wasn't even that. It was just
Переволновался.
armor and a few smokes and flashes. It's the absolute kryptonite to a double orb setup. If you miss that first shot, which Zywoo did, it allows them to get incredibly close, and you do not want to let that happen with Team Liquid here. You can see how they can pounce, how they can punish. Twist isn't missing a single shot right now as Vitality desperately buy back into this round. Zywoo glass cannon, shotguns are out, UMPs, P250s. It's a jumble sale at best as Nitro will get the first kill. That's RPK going down, and surely that should be the round at this point, but no, Zywoo, he does manage to find one back at this stage. Do they push any further? Do they hold
Артёмка,
up? They
пиши
don't have
sюда.
a lot to work with, but Zywoo, he does patrol middle. Apex pushing
Когда
playground.
тебя уже увидим в финале, если Cologne?
Oh, wow, MBK. Only got one on that. Took him a few more shots than you might expect as Twist gets caught by it. Alex takes advantage of the aggro, and that's exactly what he should have done. Elige, he falls as a response. And look who else is flanking. Vitality might struggle against the pistols, but now they are angry, and they are taking the map away from Liquid. Bye-bye, Nitro. No chance. Augmented reality or not, that Pokeball is extremely effective, and so is Apex. Naf goes down, and we're back to within one.
Finally, a bit of luck for the French. Liquid get a taste of their own medicine there. The auto shotgun, the FAMAS's UMPs. It wasn't much, but it was enough. It's the all pick from middle that locked them in towards that B side of the map. MBK waiting the connector, times it to perfection. He manages to cause such a ruckus from that position. That's when we saw the UMP swing from Alex. Apex actually looked pretty weak in this situation. The fact he got the HE grenade, that was great.
Bit of an issue inside of the server this time. I don't think it's any of the players.
Да, потная заруба.
Pause and see if they can't get it fixed very quickly.
Интересно, что там по букмекерам? Какие
Get
кэфы?
an additional 100K if they deny Team Liquid the Grand Slam. And I know it seems insane after we talked about the best of all time with Astralis, the year that they had. They were able to
Technical
pick up
pause.
something like 8 out of 10 events. One they missed, didn't attend. It started, the announcement, at the major this year in Katowice. That was the start of season 2, but your timeline starts when you win your first. Liquid have a chance to do it in 4 straight victories. And the storyline isn't just that. It's more. It's the fact that last year, when Astralis won their Grand Slam, 3 of those finals were against Liquid. Liquid was famously second place. Now they've gotten over that, and look at the results.
It's pretty remarkable, the turnaround, and just a few changes to the recipe, to be honest. They brought the coach in of Adren, Stewie 2K, and the lineup just seems to work on so many different levels. They've got the skill and the tactics at this point, and it just looks so explosive at times as well. They definitely have the X factor when it comes to stealing rounds away, like so many of the top teams do. As we'll see, just a technical issue here. It seems like RPK was lagging, I believe, so they're going to restart, get him back on the server, and hopefully be underway very shortly. If you are just joining us, this is the first map, and you're just in time. It's a best of 5. We've got a lot of Counter-Strike to come here, and with a Grand Slam on the line, that's an additional $1 million potential for Liquid here. It's 6-5 as they stand on the T side of Vitality's pick, and it's a bit of a classic map for Liquid. They're more than happy to open things up here, and it's Dust 2 next as well, Matt. What an exciting couple of maps to kick things off. Dust 2 has proven to be one of the great spectacles still of CSGO. It might not be played that much anymore, but it certainly provides a great spectator experience.
It certainly does. There's no question about that. The interesting aspect of this as well is if Overpass gets away from Liquid, not only the mental game, but think about the map pool right now. That increases the likeliness of 5 maps.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it could go less. It could go all Vitality if they keep playing with this performance. Again, get over these anti-ecos, and these guys are going to be absolutely on point with anyone in the world, including Liquid. But it could be Vertigo as the 5th map.
Yes, Vertigo is on the menu. Whether we'll see it, I'm not sure, but I'd certainly love to.
Нет. Долгала трансляция, походу. Нет, кое-что делаю. Сейчас кое-что делаю.
These are the rounds that seem to go oh so wrong for Vitality.
Oh, Zywo saw it, but he was a little bit late to respond. They crossed the smoke at Picnic. He backs and rotates to cover off inside of Bathroom. Stewie gets a little bit closer again. Deagles can't win successive rounds, Liquid. 3 lost 1, 2 lost 2. 1 lose 3. Is the pattern switching? Pendulum shifting back the way of the French as they get back inside of the site. This is where it all went wrong last time, remember. The pistols got close. Not just the early buy of the AK from Stewie, but also the fact that the last round on the precipice, on the stairs, they got the kill. So MBK doesn't want to let them go that far this time. He takes the fight to them, holds them in front of Bathrooms, and Apex comes out to finish the job. Can't do it as easily as he'd hoped. Twist even gets one at range.
Twist, пошел.
He peeked out, AK available. He's going to grab it on the run. And he's got the bomb, he's got armor. This is a straight 1-on-2, but Alex is close. Twist, he baits him out somehow. A third. And he's looking for it all the ways. RPK's gonna try and swing around the backside. Twist switches back to the Deagle instead, checks both close positions, and he will use the truck. Twist was part of the reason the finals didn't go their way last year. He didn't show up on the big stage. He's turned this. He has the gun. He's using the Deagle. He's got confidence in his name, and he sees it as RPK is found.
Ёкарный бабай. Что творит? Жвачку там еще пожевывает.
It's just unbelievable. I am lost for words. That shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be obtainable. But somehow, some way, he makes the Desert Eagle sing as he finds 4 kills. The 1 versus 2 as well. RPK, he outflanked him, he outpositioned him. You're right here at the AK-47, they opt for the Deagle just for the style points. And it will be another disastrous round of Vitality against the Deagles again. I can't believe it keeps happening to them. It must be absolutely soul-destroying as they have to take another timeout here and the money is broken.
He's so skilled, he's so young, but last year he was so guilty of not being in these games. And now, beyond that, he goes, yeah, Deagle, screw it. AK, yeah, whatever, RPK, I can take you with any weapon. That's ridiculous confidence. But the bigger story is that it's now 3 anti-ecos. Of the 7 rounds that Liquid have won, they have not had the better weapons. This cannot continue if Vitality want any chance in this final.
This is their main issue. They're going to force buy as well. The money's not great. They have managed to win one of these, but last time they had the AWP, the FAMAS, the shotgun. This time it's a lot less. 4 pistols, 1 UMP. As now Stewie 2K waiting. Liquid, they know they've got a massive advantage here. Tons of cash. Boost on the slide allows you to look towards middle. Molotov to deny the boost. In terms of the stack, not much going on for the CTs, but they are checking out what's going on towards B.
Что, они закупили все-таки?
But it's only that SMG for Alex here. They'll go for the same boost again.
Говорят, похуй. На своем пике уже покажем.
Holding all the way back. He's very disciplined.
2.5 men boost. You can hold it with 2, but it takes 3 to get up there. They fall off and Apex goes back up. Oh, he did. Oh, and Naf!
He's ready for it.
Absolutely was ready for it. I was going to say they missed their chance when he fell off, when he went back out. What a response. Might have cost him because, again, if he was there and didn't have to jump back up, didn't show his head while he was resetting, maybe they get the shot cleanly on the first approach. Stewie knows there's certainly activity on the other side of the stairwell. Flames and an aid to take it out, and Elige is actually the one to get the kill. Assists for Stewie, but Elige comes in at the top. They timed that extremely well.
Well, that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. They haven't even taken a lick of damage yet. Alex and RPK, remember this is the full investment as well. They have nothing left. Alex has been compromised. It's a clean sweep. There is a dink at the end, but nothing found. Liquid have got 8 on their T side of overpass here. It's round 14. They'll have to full eco for the final round. They can't keep force buying. It's not working out for them. And the momentum's starting to drop off now.
А кэш будет интересно?
They're a team that can certainly keep up with the full buys. They can definitely do it. Against rivals, no problem. But against those Deagles, it just can't seem to hold on. It just keeps happening. And in the first map as well, it's going to break them. It's going to kill the morale. They can't let this happen over and over again. They're going to go for a long push here. A little bit of avant-garde, but I suppose desperate times call with desperate measures. We're going to have a flashbang over and see what can be done. If any kills can be found, it's surely a defensive hold from Liquid. They know there's absolutely no cash available.
Dust to Inferno. Those are the guaranteed maps, just to keep you informed. But this one's already off to a start. Certainly for Liquid, there's been signs of it from
Dust 2,
Vitality.
Inferno, Mirage, Vertigo.
Not much to talk about. Good spray down control from Elise to make sure he gets down
Такое,
all three of the
такое.
players out at long without losing more guns than they needed to. As we head to round 15, they would have been able to buy either way. 66% headshot this event.
It's crazy. It's
no
nuts.
wonder he stays with the Deagle.
I guess so. It makes
Insane.
sense. He's won them so many rounds. There's shots that don't seem like he has any sort of chance, any say in it almost. He'll flick, somehow have the precision. He has peaked into this tournament at the right time. This has just been something that's been ungodly. As we'll see round 15 come through, it's Zywoo who's had the AWP twice, I think. So far, it's been a really difficult half for them, and Liquid could get double digits on their T side. A slower approach for now. And you can see no defuse kits available for Vitality, barely any utility, 0 incendiaries at this point. Still have 4 smokes and they can't justify using those early on. They have to wait till full commitments here. They need good information if they're going to drop their smoke grenades early.
You can certainly see the first approach of smokes inside of the bathroom doorway. That's Zywoo, they're all saying, not just woo, it's Zywoo, as he tries to get out to the bathrooms. He's got to hold the position over on A. MBK gets the first kill, so that's a good start. It actually means a little more confidence for them. And he is pushed all the way to T-spawn. He is searching, but not finding much over toward B. Now, further he goes toward B, it still helps because even though he's not on the flank, they'll rotate a player out. That's what RPK is going to do now. It strengthens the A defense.
You're absolutely right there. They are going to rotate over 3 players in position, but the shots they've been hitting so far, it might not matter. Zywoo does get them yet another advantage here. Elise drops. This is the final round of the half. No saving now. 25 seconds with the flank, and it looks so good, but all of a sudden, Twist starts to hit headshots. And Nitro, he is known for his 3-on-1 potential. The shot is close, but it doesn't connect, and they know exactly where he is. He shouldn't have a chance in this in hell.
He's trying to bait it out. I thought he was going to try and read it onto RPK, but a good shutdown that time from Vitality. 9-6 for Liquid, though, after the T side. And again, it's the anti-ecos that are the story. We'll see if Vitality can clean that up. Halftime number 2 in just a sec.
Nice shit!
Skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
One of the best of 5 underway in the grand final at ESL 1 Cologne 2019. And I would say it's a must-win pistol for Vitality, but the way the second rounds are going, I don't even know if that's the case.
It's such a talking point at this stage, and it's going to be gut-wrenching for them going to this second half. But I can report something quite exciting here. Nitro has brought out a duel Elite's 30 bullets of death. And speaking of which, a headshot towards Elite at the very start. Here they come. First shot is successful. MBK goes down. It's a 5-on-4 and no response available. They wait towards short here. It's going to be a B explosion. But Twist, we've seen the shots he's hit already. Can he find anything more? He's got the information. And Nitro locking them in with the dual pistols.
Nitro holding as well. They know he's there. It's good that he's got 2 guns because he might have 4 opponents going against him as we look at the man who brings us the action. Rushley in this final. Alex. Quick swing, Nitro. Oh, he spotted through the window. He didn't actually catch that Alex was above him, so they just spammed the wall. Pistols will still go through that. It's a hard shot to hit. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it did that time. And Elige and Nitro both down into the red. Still the man up, though. Stewie on the site. Knows they're coming. Smokes down. He's isolated. Very. Oh, I say that alone. There's a gap. I thought they covered off Catwalk. They didn't at all, and they walked straight through it.
Just overwhelming. Team Liquid didn't drop a single player there. It's the duel elites. We're seeing that more and more. Nitro's going to make that a thing. We're going to see that develop into the game. I'm sure of it. It's a strong close-range pistol. And Twist, speaking of strong, he manages to hit more and more headshots here. Backup from Elise. They've got such a strong read on the round. And it will be 10-6. And remember, it's Nitro battling 3 players in connector. He's seen 3. He can call for them to push. The rotations, he's locked them in at that point. They can't even exit out towards the A-bomb site. As we'll see ourselves now with a full eco. Vitality will not be stealing away this second round. No bomb plan available previously. And we'll see now just absolutely nothing available to them.
Oh, Zywu got further than I thought. Elige still gets the kill onto him. Nitro doubles up. Stewie went down, so they lost 1, but SMG's doing all of the work. Big money for Nitro, 51-50, I believe it was at the end of the round. It is indeed. So they're going to be sitting pretty on a mountain of gold and a chance for a bonus round. Okay, Stewie died, sure. I think at this point what you do, and they've done it, you throw the MP9 from Nitro to Stewie, let him build back up his own money, and now Nitro can pick up the AWP. He's done the perfect play, as Twist will have the FAMAS. That gives them a little more range, and if they win this with 3 MP9s, oh my. The AK's carried over, the potential for the Kriegs.
Oh yes, this is what you'd call the bonus round for sure. Nitro, AWP could be enough to win the round. It's his specialist map with the weapon, and you can see expected aggression here. They know they are under pressure this round, but maybe not so much. The flashbang assist is just beautiful there. They've pushed 2 players offshore, pushed in towards T-spawn. There's a flash going over the top, and Apex has been taken down. He plays a similar role to Naflight in the defaults, and they've got the advantage, and indeed an AK-47.
MBK opens the rounds, or at least the B side. I shouldn't say the round, because Apex was the first to go down, but Twist, he now has to work on his own, getting Stewie closer, but he's low as well on 6 HP, so Twist has the harder lifting to do inside of the B site. Should it head that direction? So far, no indication that it won't, because they're still in the short tunnel, and outside of Monster with the smoke down early, as we saw.
A lot of time left, but it is ticking down at this point. It has to be the B finish, and 2 players remain there on the side. It's Stewie, remember, who's low, joined by Twist, who drops a lovely incendiary. Is it enough to hold them off?
He didn't see them right away. Zywu gets Stewie. Elige with the MP9s. Remember, we talked about them. Twist. Oh, turn it around. He somehow gets a lineup on 2. They had the advantage on him, and Elige strikes back. That bonus situation just got huge because they have the AWP and an AK, and there's nothing left over on the T side.
No plant once again. It was actually looking like such a promising round for Vitality, just in terms of firepower. They had 5 AK-47s, they had their grenades up against 3 MP9s and their AWP. But it was a nice gambit there from Liquid. They knew they had to push. They had to get some sort of advantage. They found it. They got the AK-47, and does Twist deliver ever? That is something quite special. Once again, the SMGs up against a full buy, and it works out for them, and they steal away those rifles. They've got tons of money here up against the Deagles themselves. They haven't given many of these rounds away, and that's going to do so much damage. There it is, a boatload of it. They follow it up as RPK goes down. They have brought up somewhat into this round. They haven't fully invested, but they are so wounded now. The Deagles and Armor surely can't do anything with this.
And it'll be 13 for Liquid on the first map, 3 from the finish. Elige and Naf with kills to get it that much closer, just Apex remaining with 28. Bomb on his back. But really, not much at all to wish for. A minute and 5. It would take a historical error from Liquid, I think, to lose this round with 5 players very confidently sitting and waiting.
I couldn't even think of a way it could happen at this point, unfortunately. Apex better off just going down. He's going to need the cash as the game develops. He's just hoping maybe there's a mistake made here. Is anyone going to give him an opportunity for a 1-dig? There might be one here. That's Nafly. Calm as ever. Hits the shot. Another clean sweep there. That's happened so much for Team Liquid throughout this first map. It does not bode well. 13-6 now. AK's out once again. Zywoo barely has had the chance to get the AWP. He's had it maybe once or twice so far, as he has been silenced. Haven't had to talk much about him. He currently sits on 12 kills, 14 deaths. His RPK 7 and 15 at the bottom. At the very top, though, Elige 21 and 10, Twist 17. Those are the superstars right now. They're delivering in the grand final. And you mentioned it before. Twist has had great tournaments before, but it's normally the final hurdles where he drops off. And it doesn't look like that's happening today, Matt. He looks so deadly.
Yeah, it's the 2 protagonists so far in this event for them. Naf has been there and thereabout, but not as consistent. He is very good on this map, especially on the CT side, finding 2 that time down toward the stairs. But it's Elige that's also there with him in similar totals. He's now gone down in this round. Those totals are 22 for Elige and 17 for Twists. They are way above everybody else who, including the other Liquid players and all of Vitality, are pretty similar. So those 2 are the difference makers so far, and Twist is going to work his way back through short to try and close off any chance that they rotate out and get toward B, and that RPK is entirely contained. He's not fully aware that Alex is still out towards short, though, so he could surprise him. That's not going to happen. Bomb already down, and now he just has to search and use his game sense to figure out where Alex is going to arrive from.
This is just too good. What can you even say about that? The fact that he's got them, the bomb down, the smoke there as well. Alex can grab it, but where does he go with this now? 40 seconds on the clock. He has a smoke and Molotov. He needs at least 2 kills so he can get the bomb down towards B.
That's a very smart play from Twist. He knew he was out there alone. Smoked off the only position he had no information on and just backs off. Gives up the bomb, but doesn't give up his life. And that leaves them in a 3-on-1, which means they're far more likely to deny a plant rather than a 2-on-1.
Они такое не отпускают, прям, но они на Дасте тоже. Они на Дасте тоже неплохо играют. Так что может и Даст потащит.
Around $3,800. They really have to buy. You can't surely recover from 15-6. They have to go for this one, you'd think, but they're buying up in the last few seconds. I was still yet to buy anything. He'll get a Krieg and armor, no utility whatsoever. It's desperate at this point for the French. As we'll see, 3 rivals in total, and make it 3 players heading towards B. The boost coming in, and Stewie2K thinks better of it. He drops down, detects a fast threat towards this side of the map, but it's actually a bit of a fake here. They're going through the connector and try and pounce towards A. Nitro detects it, falls back to a position where he might be able to find the first, and he absolutely does. Flashbang the board away, and he looks like he's absolutely safe here.
Closer. Apex picking up a weapon. Stewie's already out again towards short. This is the problem so far with Vitality's T side, is that their default is to work as a unit, but they're leaving gaps. That overpass, it rewards the CTs for being aggressive. They can take advantage of it.
Stewie's position right now, he can look towards a short pipe. He can actually call if they're going to cross over. He can pretty much hold B by himself. Twist will be there for rotations, but right now they are more than ready for an A attack with a man advantage. As you see right now, they're actually in position with the APC there. AWP on the site, and it's such a difficult round for Vitality. They don't have really anything apart from 2 smokes. They need the pick, and Nitro just looks too comfortable. He's watching towards long right now. Should be able to find the kill on
Пике на ножах тупо идет.
Опа.
Зайво пошел. ГГ.
Map point already for Liquid in map number 1.
Damn. It's going to take 9 in a row now as Vitality
Камера-то снимает.
surely have nothing left to say here on Overpass. It was an exciting start here in the first half. They came to life, but they just made too many mistakes against those pistols. As Nitro, like I said, always seems to deliver in the close range scenarios with the AWP. Such an amazing play by him, and looks so calm of it as well. The mental fortitude of this team. It's not a conversation anymore. They're the #1 in the world. They've got $1 million on the line, and they look so calm and collected.
Lee's already pushing out as well. And he would have heard, I think, MBK at that point because he still was running by when he went toward the picnic. So many smokes down, but he might get him in the gap. He's got the shot easily. MBK gone. So
все, тут уже все выключай.
Oh my God. This is my point. They're giving so
3-3 делает.
That's insane. Like, they've got Nav and T spawn, the round's done. The map's over. He's got a kill, surely. He's called her in towards Monster. Twist is ready for it. Here he comes. Nasty Nav to close things out. And they are just toying with the map. They are just absolutely.
Ну что же, когда насмотрелся КС, гоу, теперь сыграем, пока будет перерыв.
Without giving away a single CT round. And the story is still the anti-ecos. 3 of them lost. 3 of them in the opening map. That's a massive problem because the first half, aside from that, was close. Vitality was in it. They looked like they had a game plan to try and take the fight to Liquid.
Absolutely true. It looks like they've done the hard work, and it can't keep happening. They've got to pull their socks up here. The problem is we move on to Dust 2 next, and that's where the hard-hitting players will continue to rise, and we haven't seen much from Team Vitality yet.
Well, we'll see if we do. We'll get back. There's 2 maps left for Liquid between the Championship and the Grand Slam. We're going to take a break. We'll see you in a minute.
Вот, заходишь?
I'm not pervy. Honestly, you and your best friend could go and develop a new twerk scene. Got the army with me like Xerxes. Army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. Understand you can't hurt me. I got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple thickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like a twerk team.
Ты хоть с папа выйди. Go в мой Discord.
It's still not a sport. It shouldn't be on a sports network. But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
They still don't understand, but soon they will.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
He wanted to become a manager in English football.
О, там про кого-то этот видос.
Science, he had the lowest grade possible.
His thoughts were elsewhere, I think.
Every day, football. He drank too much Coca-Cola and Pepsi Max.
His favorite is taco.
I think he preferred just to play Counter-Strike.
А про кого это видос? А, это только тизер был.
Do you have what it takes? Sign up now for the Vodafone 5G ESL Mobile Open. Qualify for the grand final at Milan Games Week.
Тебя почти не слышно.
Что это за карта?
Да, с обрезанный. Первый.
Блин, видишь,
ничего не слышно.
Алло, алло.
Ага.
Wing sauce. New Mountain Dew Amp Game. Victory in a can.
Ха, на размене. Мы его, короче, до игры уже задушили. Да. Гол налево, наверх. Окно. Слева, справа?
За машиной.
Отдыхаем хорошо. Окно врывается. Где-то за бунтом. Прикрой. Все, прячься, я жопу взял.
Вижу.
Ты говори, у тебя.
Не у меня.
Нет,
Хотел
в смысле,
сказать,
у меня надо было сказать.
Ну да, но только хотел сказать и Плент, и ты его бил.
За машиной опять. Ставь бомбу. Да они там вдвоем. Побежал оббегать, походу. Где он? А, ну да.
Он с АВМом.
Ха, это скаут. Сейчас, подожди. Он там Паш какую-то рекламу показывает. В понте?
Да.
На понте сидел. Спрыгнул за него. Бля, что я втыканул на улице. Пошли, сейчас бомбу поставишь быстро. О, дай калаш, на тебе пистолет. Быстрее, быстрее, быстрее. Назад.
Слева один. Ебать, зацепила.
Зацепила меня, покорила меня. Альби не дала. За машиной. Флешка раз. Там флешка 2, иди. Ну и чё, АФК стоим?
Да блин, я за тобой застрял.
А где я? О, а где я, говорю? Ты по нем попал, кстати? Минус 70, минус 10. Так, что там, когда игра будет? Там еще повторы с первой карты. Смотри, могут быстро слева пройти. Не, они на пункте вдвоем. Смоку.
Ебать, что это?
Хорош, хорош.
Через смог?
В каждой игре удивляемся, что это. Опа, у меня тут эсочка стоит.
Зашли.
С арморами были сейчас эко. За плентом. Откуда он не денежка, я не могу понять. На А. Ставят. Зашли назад. Один на бочках. Врывайся на морозе в плент, они одной и той же тактикой играют. Хорош. Где, слева?
Но он ушел, да, слева, за этим.
Насколько коцанный?
30 был. Даунфлэш.
Походу нету их тут.
Вижу на улице. Один с этим, с АВП. Можем просто заждать.
Выходим на 15-15. На 8-8. Они побегут сейчас так же, то что не получается. По мидлу в смысле. В пленте. Там двое. Ну, найс трай. А что это тут показывает? Майнкрафт какой-то. Ля, что это? Робот угадывает, как будет играть команда или что это? Ладно, го еще одну. Вот, зато тебе кейс выдали. Так, что мы только что играли?
Out with a Molotov and a flashbang.
And it's initiated by Cybo. And we did talk about him, you know, not showing up in the first map here. He only got negative once in this tournament. And that was against NIP on Dust 2 in the first game of the tournament. So him going negative on overpass, coming into Dust 2. Oops, that's not a great sign. So Cybo needs to wake up. Cybo needs to step it up. And I think he will, right? Because we have seen him be so consistently good throughout the tournament. So having one game off is not necessarily going to scare him, but they need him right now.
They say lightning doesn't strike twice, right? It's Will Zywoo truly have two bad performances back to back? He is certainly a win condition. Apparently, actually, Henry caught a glimpse of coach of Vitality, giving them an earful in between maps. Well, let's see if they can put it into practice. Lanxess Arena, we're going back into the fray. The grand finals continue. Vitality looking to equalize on their map pick. It's Dust 2, and your casters are Henry G and Sadakist.
We will get in, but we will hold for a moment just to make sure everyone is completely comfortable in the server. A few little hiccups, but yes, Henry, they were outside, they were discussing it, and there was a lot to discuss. Liquid's no slouch on Dust 2 either.
That's a very good point. This is going to be a crazy map. And Vitality, they are specialists on Dust 2. Their T side is excellent. That's where they will start. But Liquid, the way they're doing right now, what Dust 2 comes down to is hitting a shot of the team. It's not too tactical. That's why you see a lot of top teams trying to maybe just get themselves edging a little bit slightly. But yes, outside, it did catch the coach of Vitality. The speech he was giving, it looked like he was giving them a berating almost. He wanted to tell them they can't keep losing to the Pistols. It seemed to be the sentiment of the conversation as they left. And
Где-то там же съет.
Зелень.
Там флэш.
Все, все.
Вышел там же, за вагоном. Полезет, может быть, на вагон.
Отдыхаем хорошо. Да, на пистолетке всегда бы жил. Сотка. Ставь.
Ой, ой.
Надеюсь, у этих бая хоть не будет. Пушит один за трансом.
За вагоном едет.
Алло. Да. Ага, все. Вик, открой, там папа пришел.
Не хаваем.
За плентом один зелень. Два авика.
Ой.
За шестым. Ну все, смотри жопу, он жопу будет.
За трансформаторной будкой.
Все раунды подряд убиваю. По два. За понтом.
У него...
За
так
понтом.
же.
Да, там был. Ну, он там есть. У него пистолет.
Ебать.
Привет. Ага. Да, сейчас мы через 3 минуты доиграем. Зелень.
У меня 6 КП. Что, Лёх?
Обошел меня уже. Иди зелень, я раскидаю и выйду к тебе. На шифте иди. Ой, смол кривой. В контроле тебя, да?
Да.
Ну а чё ты ушел? Не было команды уходить. Иди умри.
Куда он летит?
На тебе пистолет, дай-ка. Зелень. И сотка. Сотку взорвал. Зелень убил. ФПСов там 300 не падает. Сотка. Двое вышли, да? Ой, а что ж я не попадаю? Давай, дыши, дыши. Дыши. Ха-ха-ха! Сосать раки.
Вышел 1 сотка.
А не вышел.
Зашел
Там
обратно.
бегает.
Вы... Коцаны очень. На... Вышли вдвоем. Они коцаны вдвоем очень жестко. Одного 10 хп там.
Одной пулей.
Да я же говорю, они там коцаны жестко.
Да
Я
ну
думал,
еще
ты
и
одного
так убил.
контроля.
На, тебе дроп дал.
Ты мне выкинул, а? сотка.
Все, спрячься. Зелень?
Да. Ты видел его.
Вот это тащу, да? Ну все, у нас уже даже ничья есть. На, я тебе такую пушку даже взял. Дай авик, дай авик. Б4, 5. Только это без армора, да? Ну ничего. Зато с крутой пушкой. Скаут. Минус. Там же?
Ну, раскидывай.
Найс. Здорово, Дамаир. Нашел все-таки, да? Так, все, смотрим игру.
Do damage, and he's going to get beyond the doors. He as well is isolated against Stewie.
I think they're going to save at this point. Team Liquid realized the bomb too far gone. It is going to be Vitality.
Сейчас, Дамаир, я приду, поговорим.
Didn't look pretty, but they got
Расскажу
the
пару
job done
приколов.
there. Pushing from T spawn, but Liquid has
Сейчас
so
приду,
much
короче.
pressure. They're so deadly in these rounds, and I think that's the right call at that stage. Liquid will save 2 scouts here. They won't force buy into the next round, surely, but Nitro does have 4,300. They could have 2 scouts and an M4 if they really wanted to try and buy back here. There is enough on the table for them to justify it. We will see round 3 coming in very shortly. CZ purchase for Nitro. I don't think much else. He's to be aiming for that early AWP as we get into the next here. Vitality surely able to find the 3-0 conversion, but Stewie's been hitting this shot all week long. Alex gets a taste as he'll go down to 62 at the very start. And Zywu, they're committing to this B rush. Oh, the CZ, not like this, boys.
No.
Never the B rush. Never the B rush. Don't ever do the B rush.
That's incredible because not only did he get one in the smoke, he switches sides. They go to counter him blindly, and he's able to pull the UMP, cock it, and fire away at yet another target. It's 2 remaining. As if they escaped the last test just barely, just narrowly, and they're going to fall this time? 32 and 33 HP for Apex and RPK. A scout, an AK, and Twist as well, who can seemingly use a pistol or a weapon in these situations, has the second scout for Liquid. Apex has to get this kill, has to find it to Nitro right now.
Oh, it's so tense here. RPK, he'll get the first interaction. He's done damage towards Twister. No, my, not. It's going to be bombed down. It's actually happened here. Why have they rushed B when they know they're up against the eco, Alex? Alex.
I know, it's confusing. I get it. I'm confused as you are right now as to what's going on. Trust me, it's the mentality. It's not there. It's not like, okay, I'll give them one on overpass.
where they were able to set the crossfires on the way through. Nothing was done wrong by Vitality there. Liquid hit good shots, but the rest have been a huge struggle. They aren't setting themselves up. In fact, they're designing themselves for failure. Rush B, that's what happens, and Liquid close it out to get 2-1.
The smoke down as well, it just didn't make sense. Take it, slow run the defaults. Yes, they've saved the scout, but you can pick them off. You've got rifles. Why do you make it so difficult? It's the tightest choke point on the map. You've decided to go through it when CZs could be on the other side. It's disastrous. Nitro did such a good job. Don't take anything away from him. Look at the flashbang work that UMP picked up as well. It's just beautiful to watch, but just a disastrous call from Vitality. They're going to have to be the ones forcing now.
This has to start tilting them as well.
I think it already happened on Overpass. It's just getting too frequent at this point.
You mentioned the coach as well berating them on perhaps this topic. Obviously, it would have been in French, but even still,
sure.
Don't think it's hard to discern body language in that situation. And it happens again. How do they recover? Because it's easy to forget the map behind you if things start off well, but when you make the same mistakes again, that's going to linger in your mind. Alex, big nade, down to 47.
Especially when you negated the second round. That was the force buy. They saved the scout. That was pretty much it. CZ as well, and that's the one you lose with the Rush B call. It's just lazy in my opinion. When you call that, you gotta think smarter. And either way, we'll see them heading towards the A side. 3 players at the long position. Twist patrolling with the Galil. They do have a little bit of utility here. They're going for the A split. Bomb outside long. And here comes the flashbang. So Twist will be tested, but usually good for 1 or 2 kills in this position.
Is with the Galil. Headshot, Elige, nice little side flash as well.
Yeah.
Bounced off, goes underneath the wall on the other side, or past the curb, so he can still peek into it. Got Apex down. Naf with the assist, throwing out a second flash. That's why he looked away. And ZywOo and RPK left with very little confidence, I imagine, at this point to go long, given the success that Twist has found. He gets another onto ZywOo. And it's RPK down to buy Naf on the AWP.
Oh my goodness. Liquid don't seem to be missing anything at all. Vitality did force buy into the round, went for the slow, long take there. Just Twist waiting on the other side. But as you mentioned, he hits a lovely shot to kick things off. The perfect flashbang to push him back towards blue bin. It's stifling, it's overwhelming, and Vitality are left with no money left at all. It's going to be $2,000, has to be the full eco at this stage as Liquid surely will take the lead, especially if they get damage like that done at the start. It's going to be ZywOo taking down to 19 as he drops out of T-Sport.
Nades toward the top of middle. ZywOo gets the brunt of it. Stewie's still peeking through, but Naf is there. And down goes the bomb, down goes RPK, ZywOo, and soon to follow Apex. MBK desperate at range, just calls the beast back, and Twist kills them both.
I love the fact he doesn't even try and get away from that scenario. He's like, you've had 18 shots on me. I'm just going to close this one out for you. Don't worry about it. They've got 3 AK-47s on the CT side. That is a scary prospect. The way they're hitting shots right now, it means they can actually take the game to Vitality. They can be pushing those positions, getting into those choke points, not letting them get comfortable in their default setups. And Matt, this is going to be even more of an arduous task. We've got to scout into the next gun round. So ZywOo, known as his superstar sniper, sure, but he's got the scout instead of the AWP. I don't know how he has massive impact on these gun rounds here. We're waiting for him to come online, and it's going to take some while yet, I would say. Surely the rifle would have been the better call here, but we'll see what he can do. Okay.
Don't know if they'll take that approach. Might not look too good on them when they have to report back to Vitality tomorrow morning. ZywOo fires back in. Smokes down both to cover the long position, and even still, Naf is able to find Alex jumping into the pit.
Well, there we go, 5 versus 3. Currently Liquid are on a 4-map win streak on Dust 2 big events here. So it doesn't bode well for Vitality after just getting absolutely manhandled on the first. Stewie 2K looks destined for this 3rd frag here, but doesn't have to go for it. Making noise, Apex hears it. They've got the bomb at the precipice of the A side. You can see ZywOo there, but pretty much alone. Has to cross with no smoke, and how they make this work, I don't know. Now flies on the bomb site here. ZywOo will have to show us some of that brilliant superstar potential.
To be held.
Forgetting the fact that Gandalf is occupied, they just need to get it down to give themselves any chance. This is when ZywOo needs to step up. These are the rounds he needs to start finding. Didn't get them in the first game, and he's not going to get one this time. Naf, too quick when he peeks out in Apex, spraying in, trying to find 2 kills from the position named after the man we heard at the top of the show. Great for Valve to send a message. 24 more years? I'm absolutely for it. NBK, he doesn't have 20 more seconds in this round as Naf swarms onto him as well, and Liquid find their 4th.
Oh dear, oh dear. There will be 4 kills for Naf like that. Vitality can't catch a break as the money still dwindling, as Vitality now sat on about $3,500 per player. Will they be able to buy into this next one? I'm not so sure. It's Naflight just hitting absolutely everyone here. Remember, ZywOo entered this round of a scout. I'm just not sure that's going to be the weapon that's going to save the day against red-hot Team Liquid. You got to work out what's going to be the best possible approach here, and maybe the CZs is where they can have a little bit of luck here. Remember, against Na'Vi, the B rush is where Liquid actually gave up a couple of rounds there. The MAC-10 CZ combo, it definitely has the snowball effect. Double orb set up though, Stewie and Naflight. The lack of respect they started to show on Overpass, you'll see signs of that now starting to sneak into Dust 2 as they build momentum.
Alex. Back out off of Catwalk. So this ends at B. Smoke goes down and MBK leads. Dropped the bomb. No, he didn't. He took it with him. Didn't leave it in the tunnel, so he goes first in, and he actually gets Nitro down. Now they've got the Krieg. Stewie's inside with an AWP, and there's that many pistols in front of them. Almost would have been better to back out the window because Alex picks it up and can use it against the Malige. It's directly to his right. Alex finds Naf instead, gives the Malige a little more room, but finally, they might win a force buy. It might be Liquid getting something that they've delivered 4 times already in this series served back to them as Malige starts his way back in at the very least by getting Alex down. But the bomb's still ticking. They're gonna back away. 2 kits, Twist. Just goes to switch weapons. They're going to win this. Vitality finally get one of their own.
Like I said, that B bomb site, when you have the double orb set up and you miss a couple of shots, they are vulnerable, Team Liquid. They don't have the perfect CT side. This is where the side of the map seems to collapse to the pistols the most, and Vitality, yes, finally getting a bit of luck on their side now. 3 players to survive the bomb. Absolutely going off at this point, and it will be 4-3. A game where Liquid looked like they were just running away with it. They managed to get one back. A strong round now. They've got the AWP picked up for the first time on the T side. We'll see if it can start causing some damage here as we get into round number 8. It's 4-3 in the second map of this best of 5. Liquid on the CT forces currently in the lead. Double orb set as we brought out once again. MBK with that P250 is a common pre-fire. If you do check that position, you're likely to get the kill. And Stewie, yes, he hits 1 shot, but that's the pounce mentality there. That's what snowball really means. If you know he's got the orb at the back, you can definitely pounce on him and take him down together. And it will be round 8 here, and no initial damage exchange. Classic default from Vitality, as we have 3 players on the B side of the map. 4 Liquid and Twist getting ready in the pit.
We'll head towards the catwalk position. The interest resumes in tunnels for RPK, who's waiting to see what information will be presented to him. B being the weakness in the last rounds. Liquid fortify it a little further with Elige over on that side, which means it's the 2 Canadians to hold out A, and very spread out they are now.
All that nade.
It's a good time. Barely does anything, really. It just caught Alex because it bounced rather than getting all the way around the corner.
Yeah, it's 3 people there. Could have done about 100 damage there. They're lucky they got away with just 25. Naf will drop the smoke at the 1-minute mark as the execution looks to be a bit of a ruse here, potentially. We will see. ZywOo has the bomb. It's Stewie 2K with the first. He loves to push that upper B tunnel, and now they're going back towards middle. It was a fake towards A, but they know it. Elige has the perfect position to shut this down.
He does, and they don't even have any idea as he looks through the boards. That calls out Nitro inside the smokes. ZywOo, he knows the run either side, but he's getting desperate to fire shots, almost at this point, to create distraction for Alex, but MBK's in A. He thinks they're clear to go back, but look where Twist is. Naf's cleared them. Now they're indecisive. They're stuck in middle. Twist is going to catch them. Down goes one, sneaks out, finds the other. Great setup from Liquid.
You've just been absolutely owned in that round. It couldn't have been more devastating for them. Liquid just had every facet of the map covered. Every push was successful. Every shot was delivered. And Vitality are left looking at 6s and 7s after that one. That's a difficult one to concede, Matt. That's one of the most heartbreaking rounds you can have. You've run a default and you've got nothing done. Everything fell apart. And Liquid keep all 5 players alive. Money still there for Vitality. Remember, they did win that partial buy with the B push. Whether they can bring out the AWP is yet to be seen. We'll have a look. MBK with 7K suggests they certainly will, but will they want to drop AKs instead? As we get into round 9 here, Vitality can't catch a break. Twist just pushing absolutely every position. This time it was long, and you can see they have no idea. But I love that from Stewie2K. As soon as there was any moment of doubt, he's pushing up a B with the AWP. Opening kill, funnels him towards middle. Twist's already got that information. It's just a beautiful thing.
They are looking very good tactically. We've always known the individual skills were there, and that's the other aspect, because even that seems to improve, but under Adren, we noticed it immediately. Don't forget that although it was an iBuyPower event that was very much used as a shape-up for the major, they beat Astralis to start off this year in the final of that. And people thought maybe it was signs of things to come. At the major, we saw a much slower pace, a more tactical pace. Yes. I almost think they focused too much on Astralis and took their eye off the prize. Ents, on a dream run, knocked them out in the quarter. But it's been all Liquid this year ever since.
Here comes the Molotov. Naf has seen this all before. He repositions, trying to get that first pick. Spots the head of one, and he removes it. Alex thought he did enough there. The Molotov usually absolutely fine to remove the Opa, but it's going to be another opening kill for the North Americans here. And Zaiwu, who's held off by the utility, the smokes, the incendiaries, absolutely everything. It's MBK of the only chance of really having impact here as he waits towards the long smoke. Twist still in the pit, though, and they make their final push towards A. This is an actual commitment here. Nafly's flashed. Smoke goes down. Does he get the next kill? He can't. This is looking good for Vitality now.
Twist trying to find the opener. Knows there's more company at long, and MBK wins the duel. That was crucial, because now they don't have the side approach to the site. They have to go direct, and they may not even go at all. Liquid's going to back away. Vitality find number 4. The game stays close. It stays close off the back of 2 4-spy wins, but this time Vitality has one of them. So bomb to go off, and it should remain as is, because there's not a lot of money left over on the Vitality side to push. Just to go back to the point as well about Liquid adapting, the fact that they were in 4 of the Grand Slam finals, or Grand Slam eligible finals last year, 3 of them against Astralis, which they lost, the other being New York to Mouse Sports. That's how close they actually were when you really look at last year. They might not have got a win or any wins at all in season 1 of the Intel Grand Slam. They were in 4 finals. That's as close as you can possibly get, but there's other teams in the history that have had problems in finals. TSM, who became Astralis, yes. Look what they went on to. On the other side of that, though, you have FaZe, who got beat in a major to Cloud9. They fell in Katowice to a team called Fnatic that wasn't what they used to be. They got rid of Golden after that, and they haven't been back since. They were getting upset, and they crumbled, and they've never recovered. It takes a lot of mental perseverance, and Liquid has showed that to be where they are.
Yeah, absolutely. The core remains the same, and the results seem to be getting better and better. We will see now the next round come through. It's going to be another default here from Vitality. Long seems to be the best port of call. They are managing to get some movement towards that side of the map, and especially towards shore. After conceding the first frag, they bounced back and made it theirs. 4 players in middle. Short focus once again. Nafly, remember, got that opening kill, but now Zaiwu, AWP, still yet to see him do anything remarkable in this final so far. 3 players pushing up, and Elysian Naf on the side this time. Stewie2K, he'll be watching the middle doors. They have got a bit more manpower on the A side to defend this time.
Stewie waiting as well with the gap toward Catwalk, if anything for information, but with 3 players already by, Elysian and Naf are on alert. Twist more passive this time as well toward pit, but a very slow round so far.
You can see how scared Apex is of the flank potential. They've realized they've got no one in B for the last 20 seconds or so. We'll have to hope that's enough. A commitment coming through. French teams have always been good at these A executions, isolating AWPers with the incendiary. Nafly knows this will do damage, and he's timed it well.
They aren't necessarily going just yet. So Nitro has time to consider otherwise, but with multiple smokes down, including a key smoke at the corner of long, Naf is forced to take the op to the car, and on it, even to try and see above. Elise is down. They know that Naf is there. He'll use the smoke on his own to try and get away, but that means Twist has to win the doors, and he does exactly that. Great identification. Not only got MBK, he moves out to give his teammate coverage to make sure Naf can get safety on the op, and this brings Nitro back into it.
This is where Zai will be tested. Certainly capable of winning this round, but he has to hit some glorious shots with the sniper rifle here. 18 points of health and 3 to find, and there's players all around him here, but the first should be his, no problem. Does the trade come through, though? It absolutely does. RPK, nothing to do with this one. As soon as he kills this player, the defuse should come in, but the jump shot potential is there. He'll have to go for it, surely. P250, it's not going to work out for him, and there it is. Team Liquid will win the round. Did he know where the bomb was planted? He seemed to be jumping to the right.
He jumped on the wrong. It was planted by the boxer. Maybe there's a chance his backside shows, but it was always going to be a better chance to jump an elevator.
You just jump up, full spray on the AK, give it a go, at least burst fire on the Glock, anything really.
And you would have had time, as was seen, for two jumps yep. because the first one was off.
So he wasn't completely out of that scenario. Sure, it was unlikely you get the kill there, but at least give it a go. The communication on the bomb plant, I'm not 100% sure as to what happened there, but he didn't seem confident in his position. A little bit of damage there on the cross with the Krieg as MBK faces long with the AWP, with the off angle, will denying the first kill. Now Fly, Incendiary to push him back, surely. Oh, MBK, he's willing to take damage here. Down to 50 he goes. He'll have to hold on to that orb now. As Elige is ready for the first. Doesn't hit the shot there. And you can see they make up for their mistakes. Not quite as deep as he'd like, but it's fine to retreat. And now, MBK tagged up. Once again, they focus towards short. It's the B bombs that they've had the most success in terms of breaking the defense of Nitro and Stewie by catching them off guard with those pistols. 3 players towards A once again. 1 minute 10. In terms of utility, Vitality are actually fully equipped here. B split could be on the cards.
Zaiwu does lead the way for his team at 7 and 6, just to note, but we still haven't seen the impact that we had yesterday, certainly at various stages in this event. Bad nade timing.
No.
Oh, it's a stat.
Oh, no.
Oh, they could almost go down.
Ouch.
Alex on 14, Apex on 33.
Oh.
Give it up. They can have catwalk. Let's go elsewhere, boys.
We'll leave that one alone for now. Move on to somewhere else. Oh my goodness, it's going to be an exchange of weapons here. The low HP players given the AWPs, and now it's MBK trying to just fake out towards A. It looks like a fake to me. He'll jump down and hopefully find a player towards that spawn position. The smokes are decent here. They will go for that B split we mentioned before, and that's the shot we needed. And now it's confusing. Nitro, he needs multiple frags here, only good for one. There's actually a strong chance they can do this here, but there's so much available. Zaiwu, does he get through the window? Just about, and that's going to be the round. Alex with 2 frags from the door. Zaiwu taking all the attention there. It wasn't clean, it wasn't pretty, but it gets the job done. Vitality thinking quickly on their feet there.
And that's starting to become the story of this map, because the rounds that Liquid are winning, they look so good in. Taking the whole map away, winning out construction positions and map control at long, but yet we're at 6-5. Vitality are inching into this game, and they're giving themselves a chance. If this starts to turn and Zaiwu does come online, we've got a very different scenario.
He's been hit again through the door. Zaiwu is getting battered and bruised with Stewie 2K. He seems to be the master of that pick right now, and they're good at committing as well. It's a scary idea from Vitality, but it's working out for them as they do find 2 quick kills. It's a 5 versus 3, and surely that's the end of the chaos. Stewie will be at the back of B with the scouts, and he is very, very good at that weapon, but still, multiple kills just doesn't seem possible if more than 2 bodies enter.
Line of sight removed by the smoke. He got the first shot, did do damage to Alex. Zaiwu capitalizes. AK for Nitro. I think that means this round is over. No further action other than to hunt, and that means 6-6. So now we're really getting into the thick of it for Vitality. Half on the Deagle, he can go protect. What I mean by that is get aggressive, get closer over to where the T's are positioned and see if he can get the information and make sure his teammate's safe. He's gone. But Nitro knows they're too far away to do anything with this round. Or at least his gun, I should say, for the next one. Dust 2 we knew was going to be close. We've said in the history of it, it's always been a French map.
Oh yes, definitely.
But Liquid are so solid. It's an individuals map, really. And these guys can go toe-to-toe. There's no question, even with the strategy that Vitality want to bring, they can match that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The map pool is quite a tantalizing one for Team Liquid here. I'd say they've certainly got the upper hand. If you look at the maps and break them down, Overpass convincing, 16-6. Dust 2, we find ourselves splitting the difference, 6-6 now. But I need to see Vitality string some rounds together. It's Inferno up next, and we know how strong Liquid can be on that map. So, 3-0 on the cards, but Maybe Vitality can pull this one back at this stage. Zywo with the AWP, a difficult buy for the North Americans who take a timeout on their side. No orbs available this time. That's their favorite stance, the double orbs. They'll be down to just the, I say down to just, there's the M4, M4s, and Nitro, the AK-47. A couple of kits and a change of setup required here. They have focused heavily towards long and sometimes putting 3 players towards B. Be interesting to see whether they want to maybe go for a push here, maybe try and get some more map control as we saw before.
So back underway. The only op is in the hands of Zawu, and we'll see if he can find anything at mid. As you say, they continue to pick at him. They're bullying him on the way by. Stewie hit the shot on the scout last time, and he couldn't catch anyone. He was close. He was just above the target, so the timing was right, but accuracy guess was off. Smoke at the corner of long. Twist is going to go aggressive on that, but watch the catwalk because they've got 3 players there already.
Well, here we go then. 3 players at short. A faster approach here from the French, knowing the AWP might not be available. It's a very good call. They're trying to get that opening kill. You know MBK is going to hit that one, but Nafly, he might be able to get a couple himself. He's bursting away. They keep things equal, but I'd say this is quite the advantage for Vitality. That frag has to come in for Stewie. He's done considerable damage towards Alex here. Flashbang, in he goes. Does he make it through? Not quite. Alex escapes.
Impressively. But so does Stewie, with information that he's gone toward middle, which means he can take catwalk, and Stewie still has 100 HP. More benefit, I would say, to having Alex alive, because now he goes back to watch that exact position, knowing he would head that direction as well. But Naf and Twist together, together, and with precision, they catch them off. Apex forced to push the smoke, no other option, and it's the 7th for Liquid.
Well, there it is. Twist once again delivering in this grand final. 3 kills to his name. Vitality, they've been running very slow default so far. I like the fact they changed the pace. It's actually a really good call. They know the money's low on the Liquid side. They don't have to face off against those AWPs. They have a bit more freedom, not so much execution potential required there. And it does work out. They get the initial frag, but Twist, he finishes things off. Nafly backing him up. We saw the burst fire coming through, and it's actually a very convincing round in the end. And Stewie 2K could have made it a bit easier if he kind of cleanly got the kill in lower B, but still managed to stay alive. And now they have the AWP once again, as Zywo has the long spawn. He's going for the pick here. Does he have time to get it first? He has certainly got a chance, but will be pushed back and dissuaded by the incendiary. Takes no damage, and we go back into a default.
Flash goes through. From the drop spot. People playing this increasingly more passive, but he's going to step out wide while the flames were there. Now there's the likeliness of a further Molotov in his direction, so it gets away from it. But look at the response. If you're going to posture on catwalk and try and take the site, this is a great answer to it. Smoke down, boost behind it, try and get damage in, and damage they'll get. Apex down to 52 on sprays through the door.
Cool, здорово всем.
20 years of CS is a hell of a drug. My brain on CS loves it. Naf loves it too as he gets back out, and that's dopamine addiction if I've ever seen it, because instant reward on the shot. Zywo down. Alex goes for the drop, but Elise certainly ready for it. And counter smoke CT. They'll sit underneath. They'll concede the plant at this point, but play for the retake. And I think they're expecting that there might be presence B, so watch the reaction once the ball is down.
Батя приходил. Я ж свой тот канал продал, прикинь. Угадай за сколько. И вот качаю новый на продажу тоже. Я охуевший еще за цены. Никогда не угадаешь, за сколько продал. Ля-ля-ля-ля.
MBK was, drops in, and it's suddenly a very different round as RPK gets aggressive. Nitro may have turned it just enough. Apex and Elise while moving. He's got more still. Oh, the damage was so close, but Liquid get away with it. And I think get away is the word. They thought that was still going B.
I think you're absolutely right. It looked like that flashbang.
Да не, да мои, ну это ты загнул, ты что? Нихера себе, ну прикиньте, такие цены были. Борис, да, неплохая. Не слышишь? Ага, сейчас сделаю. Смотри, вот так нормально? Дамир, то ты загнул, ты что, 20 кГрны? Это б каждый занимался бы ютубом и качал бы их. Это ты какие-то нереальные деньги говоришь. Не, ну реальную цену Кузя возьми. Я думал, что ему цена, ну 300 рублей, 500 рублей. Бля, ликвиды и на дасте тащат жестко. 15к дамейр. Просто надо до монетизации ак докачать, а это вообще типа легко. Ну я думаю, посмотрим по этому аку. Там 1000 подписчиков надо и 40 и 4000 часов просмотров.
Has the smoke, he can extinguish that if he wants to, but we'll wait and see if any players push towards his position.
Я думаю, можно просто 100 часов стрим сделать там с каким-то розыгрышем и изи набить на монетизации.
Liquid's defense looks incredible. It looks like you possibly couldn't do anything to break it, and yet Vitality just keep picking rounds up. We're going to be within one again if Stewie can't clutch this. 34 HP gets Apex down. Chance in it, even though it's the M4 and the low HP with the HP on the other side, but not with a shot like that coming back out, and it is 8-7 at the half.
Well, this is the pick of the French, and they're looking much better, but it's going to take a lot more than that to find 16 at the top of the scoreboard. Will they be able to do it? You're going to have to find out after this very quick break.
А ты что там интересного видал? Ты Лациков тулил, на канал подписался? Не, ну музыкальное сопровождение только хорошо. Давай дизлайков тулил что-то, Домоир, не знаешь что? А ты как нашел меня? Тебе сообщение, да, пришло?
hold your breath and bite your lip if you've got bets on either side or who you're working toward to win this particular map, because brilliance was shown and displayed by both teams and some mistakes that cost them. And as such, we sit now 1 round apart at 8-7.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. It's been an exciting grand final so far, and Vitality finally have something to show. And as we get to the second half, just 1 round in the lead. 8-7 for Liquid. Now on the T side, have P250 in the hand of NAF. They have 2 smokes and flashbangs available. We'll see RPK pushing towards those long doors, but he has been spotted.
Shots and crossfires. Stewie, the answer. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, no, he's not. He was flashed. That is a fantastic flash from Apex. RPK walks out against 2 when he's standing between them, and Zywoo follows it up to get a leash. This time they might actually get both pistols in the map. And that means they get to start the second half, which they did not get an overpass as Nitro finds himself in a 1-on-4.
I think you might be right there. Nitro will have to go reclaim the bomb, and it seems that the damage has been done. Even though he was spotted, it was RPK that manages to push all the way towards long, get 3 kills, and at this point, Nitro surely can't get the plant down. That's as good as he's ever going to get at this stage. He works towards middle, but it looks like the job is done, but there's been so many pistol victories for Vitality in this tournament. We'll see if they can hold on to this one.
Иди уже. Ага, он улыбается-то, бляха. Найтро все хорошо. Практика. И что ты делаешь? Где устроился? Не слышно, как у меня за стенкой пердят?
27 seconds and a lot of ground to cover. He'll be spotted by Zywoo immediately. Low HP, that'll bait out the player from the car. RPK stands up. He's an automobile man himself, and now it's 8-8.
Well, there we have it. I don't think we'll see the force spy from Liquid in round number 2, considering they can get the AKs out in the 3rd. But here's RPK, balls of steel as he pushes out. I don't know how Stewie didn't get him. You can see the perfect flashbang from his teammate. It might have been overwhelming. It does actually get both. You can see him a little bit of rage coming through there, but holding on to it. We'll just take the eco here. A couple of deagles spotted, and a fast B split could be on the cards here. Ideally get a bomb planted, but it's difficult. A lot of teams focus towards short as well, just to get that.
Где устроился на практику?
And this is the rounds that Vitality have given up so much before, but with no armor, no nades, I don't think they'll be giving this one to Liquid. Surely not.
Half drops in Zywoo. Catches him. Alex turns around. They're keeping the distance in their favor. Maybe they've finally broken the crutch by winning one of their own 4 spies. Maybe that's all they needed. Sitting back with Alex behind the door. They've even got a great crossfire established should they try and go through middle. Just Glocks left, and Twist gone means a Elise rather at Nitro. And walking over to A, where they'll be found by Zywoo. Great hold, and not only did they win it this time, they do it with all 5 players staying alive.
Типа на университет отрабатывать. Я помню, у нас первые курсы было там общагу подделать, там поубирать на улице, там где-то в лаборатории помочь. Типа такого. Ну а потом уже с 3-4 уже по специальности. На полях, в садах и так далее. Ну я понял, как у всех. Там сделать, там подлатать.
Stewie 2K. Oh, significant damage there towards Alex. It is a slow round here from Liquid. They have the smokes and flashes, but no Molotovs available. I think maybe a long take eventually might come through, but they have slight mid control here as Nafai still holds towards that car. It's MBK solo on the A side. He's got the scout. This is a bit of that bonus situation we discussed before. Not a great in the SMGs. You can hold off the rifles in this round. You're off to a flying start, and you'll have a great financial foundation going forward.
Just to note as well, Zywoo is now up to 17 and leading all fraggers. He's starting to come online, and that could be a concern. On the other side of this map,
Ты, Дамир, не знаешь стримера по доте? На Найтро похож, пиздец, 1 в 1 вообще, как будто 2 брата. Богуш, во.
Vitality take their first lead. Deep into a map. Apex identifies that they're coming toward B, wants to get close, wants to get flashed out, tries to look for a headshot on the MP9, but it's Nitro with distance. Bomb dropped temporarily. Zywoo thought he could get back inside of the site, but they already lost the door. That said, they still have to recover that bomb.
Пиздец похож на Найтро вообще.
He's trying to hold off MBK is sacrificial in this position. Luckily, they get away and they get back inside of the site.
Богуш как раз тоже качается.
And RPK is the last alive. Could strike on mid. But for now, he's going to sit and hope that he walks into his own death.
Well, there it is. Pretty much the perfect B split. Those two smokes go down perfectly. And I'll see RPK now with just a FAMAS.
Stewie didn't see him. Stewie crossed and looked middle, didn't see him. Naf might walk out and not check this. Yeah, absolutely. So that's one more gun down. And he'll try and retreat tunnels, baits away the noise, actually started running that direction, and Elige goes chasing, thinking he was up the stairs. He's still on the spot. That's 2 guns down. That's important in this situation, because the round was already gone.
The round was gone. RPK does get 2 and keeps them in contention for the next round. He gets $4,900 total going forward. There is a buy there. Remember, it's the bonus round, we call it these days, when you have all those residual SMGs up against the initial rifles. It was the beast.
Для отвечает одно лицо, что Найтро, что Богуш. 2 с татуировками, 2 скачаются. Похоже на лицо, фигурой и манерами вообще всем. 6. Слышь, Дамаир, ты open quality смотришь на Бадоте? Ой, закрытые. Что там вообще? Надо через телефон посмотреть.
Elige twists. Good angle. Tough one to get out of, though, and he doesn't even find the opener. They want to respond. They know the twist is low! Very low, and the tank steps up. It rolls straight over top of Liquid as RPK gets back in. And he's not done because MBK holds off to catch Stewie on the other side of the map. RPK is going to rotate back and try and beat Alex to Naf, but either way, it's Vitality with the round.
That's a bit of old school RPK right there, ready and raring to go at the short position. They lose the initial frag, and you thought like that was going to be it. Liquid could just run away with that one, but no, he finds the opening kill, gets the low HP players, and 3 kills.
Тут уже даже определились места, не Мига вылетела. Нави, походу, тоже вылетели или что?
And there it is. It will be Vitality
Они
taking
не
the lead on the
вылетели.
CT side of Dust 2 here as we go 10-9. Opening kill for MBK up against just the eco here. No arm up, a few Deagles and P250s, and it's Stewie 2K to go down. So, like I said, short, normally the focus these sort of rounds, you sometimes can get a bomb plant if you can flash over enough and snipe all the CTs back. But I don't think with the setup they have right now, they'll get much done unless the Liege hit shots like that.
Careful, Zaiwu. Stuck at Goose. Good Molotov. Because it buys him space, and that's all he needs.
Сейчас, походу, Вега Флайт Умон играют.
Much better use of utility to buy themselves the room they need. And it's Vitality now stretching their legs and getting a 2-round lead at 11-9.
Absolutely true. Round 21 coming through. Still no AWP on the T side. Maybe not even for Zaiwu yet. As we'll see him absolutely stay alive here. No problem at all. Strong finish from him. So no sniper rifle spotted as we get deeper and deeper into this second half now. Creed for Stewie 2K, the rest on AK-47s. Well, they want to change the pace.
А что рассказать хотел? Да все уже рассказал. Это же за канал.
Not out too well for them so far, but it's Elige and Nitro now making their way towards the mid doors. Apex on the other side, close range and vulnerable to Molotov, which will be thrown. The spam follows it up, and he does get out. It costs him almost half his health, but that's a difficult position to play, and it will cost him half his health.
MBK with the flash back out for his own peak. Oh, he saw it, but wasn't sure how to approach the situation, and probably best to back off because there was a second player there that could have peeked onto him. But it's information, at least for now, and Apex will rotate back over toward the B site. The double up at long. Zaiwu drop in mid on catwalk. There's room to work middle on the T side, and the counter push is going to come through. Apex and MBK are starting to go through the tunnels because they're aware that with mid so possessed right now by Liquid, that might be an opening. Good hold from Stewie. Just got back there in time, but it's the Krieg spray that evades him, and Apex gets back inside of the site.
Well, there it is. Zaiwu had to drop down, though, however. A site is technically open right now. Zaiwu's got his work cut out for him. Only got the M4 here, looking for heads as they cross.
Нормально ты катаешь, постоянно отвечаешь.
We better believe he can. That's going to be Elige going down here, repositioning towards the A ramp. Zaiwu coming into his own, but it might not be enough here. RPK needs another stunning performance, and there's 2 low HP players, but not for long. 3 versus 1 now. Apex, top of middle, with just 1 flashbang, and it looks like he's given up on the round. He holds top of middle at this stage. Could have been the shot. He had it lined up, and now flight ready and waiting. Nice maneuver there from Team Liquid, and recovering, considering their HP was so low, it looked so convincing towards the end.
It may not. hypothetically, it may not have mounted to much, but the nade damage on top of the site, the low HP players, Naf got the kill at the right time because the player at long
Моракай.
could have done significant damage further on to those two on the site. So back to within one. This game doesn't really give me an indication right now. Liquids look so good at times. Vitality's looked great, certainly already on the CT side they're impressing, but it can go either way. I think economy is what swings this. I think it's going to be one crucial money round, and that's going to crack it wide open.
They have the option here to bring out a ZywOo AWP. Alex has already called for a force buy from what I can tell. This is going to be indicative as to where this game is heading. Will they be able to pull a round back with not very much at all? As an MP9, Apex down to $100. Alex, Deagle Armor down to 200. There's the AWP. It is coming out. ZywOo will have to stand tall in this round as Liquid will have not a single sniper rifle available to them. This is such a scary moment for the French. As we get into round number 22 here, everything on the line. This could cost them a couple more if they let this round slip by.
Just a second too late to spot Stewie. Might have been able to get him through the door when he landed. Bomb waits in tunnels this time, and Apex is alone. They've doubled up the mid door. And ZywOo again, the timing. Luckily, MBK there. And not only that, he's there on a pistol now, upgraded to an AK. And watch out, because even though there's a smoke down, they're trying to possess Catwalk. Remove Twist, and what a shot from ZywOo back in B, because the bomb is
ZywOo что-то промахивается
He's alone
на этой
though, and
карте.
they know where he is, and this could be clever. They don't necessarily have to fully sell this back toward A, because that means crossing middle, and they know he has an AWP. They could play with ZywOo here. There's time enough to do so, but it looks like they're just going to commit to it. And he's got the cross.
Ну, ZywOo.
He has no idea.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
Very well played. The awareness there for Nitro. The look, you have to look at the ground and crouch, and you won't be spotted. ZywOo has no idea if it's going back towards A, but he seems to be at least choosing that side of the map.
Nitro's brain has become every bit as big as his
Так у
skill,
Nitro
because
бомба.
just outstyled, and Twist steps over. They knew exactly where ZywOo was the whole time. He read that so well. As soon as it was the op and they got the bomb out, he played that perfectly.
Twist with 4 kills again. And that was the all-important round. Vitality put everything on the line there. The AWP, SMGs, and pistols, they managed to trade out kills here, but Twist just holds on for way too long for them. Battling tooth and nail towards short. The double spray down there. The MAC-10 coming out to farm some cash. Naf knows he can actually cause a massive amount of damage here. He's going to go towards long. He'll probably fully commit to this, considering he's got the MAC-10. He wants to get close range. Actually, ready and waiting. They are going to flash over and try and send CTs in his position, and he couldn't be more ready and waiting for them. First kill is his, but he takes significant damage.
Twist back in for yet another. A crack at more kills, and he will find ZywOo. Watch the push through. Nitro. Okay, did he catch Apex? He did.
Alex.
And Naf, it's good nights. Give him a little more money, but Liquid trying to take the lead. Have Stewie 2K to catch him when he gets back to the site. It's style, but that's all. Let's give the benefit, though, as they come back into it. Alex has already bought the op, and if not for that, they would have been able to buy a glass cannon, but they wouldn't have had 2, that's for sure.
О, Дамаир, помнишь эти фразы? Птичек побольше, чем убивашка всех подряд.
I don't think they had the AWP at all, so that's actually a very beneficial knife. If that
Они
leads to
снова
a
нас
round victory,
нашли.
ZywOo getting 2 kills off that AWP, that knife is actually everything. Well, there we go. Round 24, we set the scene. Stewie 2K on the sniper this time. It'll be the short boost, looking towards lower B. ZywOo looking to open things up here, but look at the pace. Oh, it's going to be a nice trade, though. ZywOo will stay alive here. Doesn't want to drop down or stay committed as the Molotov will be delivered. It goes to his position. He has to fall back. We saw this from Nafly earlier. Pretty much the exact same sequence.
Now that knife matters. Now that knife is huge because he has the op and the armor. Apex could have dropped an op over, but he would have had no armor himself. It's 2 kills to start it off already. RPK drops down, but ZywOo's still alive. And look at the movement.
Yeah,
the dynamic is being 2 on Catwalk. He's going to actually flank the same position now with an AWP. He's already out middle. Twist has cleared the A site, but here he comes. And Stewie has bomb. They have no idea. He's inside of the Molotov, and the bomb goes down. He can hold it. All to do for Twist in a 1-on-2. Oh. Starts it. More time he takes on that shot, the more likely it is he gets counter-peeked. He knew it. I'm surprised he didn't actually reset that, but he stays out confidently, and MBK drops him.
We did say if that 9 kill leads to ZywOo AWP kills, it's absolutely everything. ZywOo gets 3 in total and ties things up. It doesn't break the back financially of Liquid, but it's certainly getting there. That's a great shot to kick things off here, and ZywOo start to show us that superstar potential of the AWP. We get to see it on Dust 2. It's their map pick. They want to avoid the 2-0 here in this best-of-5 grand final. It hasn't been as much of a nightmare. They haven't lost to as many pistols this time. They're holding their own. And we're starting to see some of that star potential, that's for sure, as we take a timeout. Third one used here on the Vitality side. We really want to try and string some rounds together. It's 12-12. After losing 3 rounds in a row, they do break the streak. Money's still not great on the CT side after coming down to quite a close affair. RPK will be down to just the MP9. Alex with the AUG, one of the few players still using the weapon. M4s for Apex and MBK as we get into the next round, ladies and gentlemen. Stewie2K so good at finding damage on the cross. Nothing found this time. He's going for a B pick instead. He has that AWP. He's looking for anyone getting on that platform here. It's the incentive to open things up, and he knows the player's close range. Dodges the initial bit of utility there. Does he get any opportunities? I don't think so.
Zaiwu, good find again onto Elige. It's looking increasingly like the skit. Oh, hang on. Zaiwu back out. It looks like Vitality might get the advantage in this because this is the money round I was talking about. This is Liquid starting to run out, and it's going to be 13 for Vitality. Zaiwu has become the difference. He has enabled himself. It is Dust 2. You'd expect it eventually, but oh no, twist. Oh, well, forces himself out. Let's see if we can run down Alex instead because RPK is there to help him. High HP on the first, and it doesn't even go that far as he comes out with the MP9.
That is much better from Vitality. Finally, they get a clean round. They take the lead. They've broken the money, and it's going to be 13-12 overall. The double AWP setup there. That was a difficult one for them to pick up as well, considering RPK only had the MP9 there. He does absolutely everything he could at that stage. They go blow for blow, manage to keep everyone alive as well. As we go into round number 26, should be the full eco here from Liquid. Can't really justify much else. They're going to have a Deagle, a P250, that's about it. A smoke and a flashbang, and a long take coming in from Liquid here. The AWP is there, ready and waiting. Flashbang will be thrown over, and at that point, they'll try and take him down, but not before the HE does a load of damage here. Big spray down, potential for the tag once again. There's 4 on the board as he keeps finding more and more kills. He's going to edge himself towards the top of the scoreboard. Almost there. 23 kills to his name. It's Zaiwu at the top with 26. That's been the difference maker as Nafly trying to just get one more kill in the round. Not going to happen. RPK with the ace.
What a time to get it as well. It's against Sneeko, but even still, Vitality are coming alive. 14-12. This map guarantees that Mirage comes into the series as well after Inferno, and all in for Liquid. This is it. They don't win this. I can't see a world they win this series. I say that, mind you, against the anti-eco situation that Vitality has presented us with, but they look a little better on Dust 2 against them.
It's Stewie2K that hasn't arrived on this particular map. He's currently sat on 8-17. He's picked up the sniper. He's tried to hold off the flanks, and nothing seems to be going in his direction. Twist still delivering. He posted incredible numbers on the first map. He currently sits on 25 and 15. It will be another tactical timeout here as Vitality are 1 round away from map point. This is their pick, and they can tie the series up in this best of 5 if they can close it out. But that's going to be still such a tall order. Even when you get to 15, it's difficult to finish off a game against Team Liquid here. 5 AKs though, no snipers, and MBK looks towards T-spawn. He won't challenge completely. He's looking for anyone crossing over. Stewie to lead the charge towards long.
Lead it and get the cross toward the dumpster, but he has nades thrown against him. Doesn't spread. They may not check this. He's left alone. 2 shortly. Oh, he doesn't get Alex. How? Alex was in the air. Nitro at least makes amends with that and pulls one back. But look who's taking the advantage of this.
Yes.
Twist is already out cat.
Zaiwu is towards long. He has the AK-47 now, so he has to patrol that position. He can't really challenge at this stage. Bomb will be planted. Retake coming in from CT spawn. It's MBK with a sniper here. Does he go for any jump shots, any antics? Nitro should have a clean kill here. There it is, 1 ball as they keep coming in. Headshots delivered. It's the round for Team Liquid. 2 players surviving. Surely an AWP recovered as well. It's the long take that's very successful. They thought they Molotov'd that blue bin, and they didn't check it. It cost them 1 kill. It looked like Alex actually recovered the situation, but then the trade came through, and that's when Twist could really capitalize. Once he gets up on the A side, that's when the round really was done. Scout for Nafly here.
It's an interesting call.
А? На день.
Instead, confident call as well, because NBK is sitting and watching, and Apex very quickly to the mouth.
Создаю, пробуй на этот номер еще.
Made in instead, but passive so far from Liquid everywhere else. Kill totals. 27 Zaiwu, 26 twists. The third is RPK, and the benefits of him coming in with an ace and a 4 kill rounds have been evident.
He's got great control of long as well. He's been really fantastic at anchoring in that position. He keeps pushing them back and finding multiple kills. It's towards short they go once again. This time Zaiwu not as present with the AWP. He sits at the car just to back up RPK a little bit more. Baiting it towards middle, it's Alex. Apex will be the one to do the heavy lifting for him, try and set him up for the alley-oop. And Zaiwu, he always hits these shots. Not this time, apparently. Narrowly misses out on it, gives up his position, and now has to go back towards the side.
We've seen this setup before in middle. It was when they had the advantage, and it was when they had SMGs. No peek from Apex. They want them to commit to the door instead. So much potential for Alex to push through that door as well, with all 5 Liquid players in one spot, all working out. Anyone dropping down? Indeed there is. Zaiwu spotted it. That means he can get ready for it. Position accordingly. Twist beats him to it. Not ready for Alex to come back through, but Elysian. He gets the trade. A 3-on-3 with RPK still too long. The other 2 coming from B.
This is a difficult retake now. Shots not landing. NBK with the AWP on the retake. Apex
Там
coming
скаут
in from CT
на
spawn. They have 2 flashbangs, a couple of kits available, but it looks like Liquid have a massive advantage. Elise not missing many shots now. That's Apex hitting the deck. NBK with the AWP, not the ideal weapon. As soon as you miss one, they're going to jump on top of you just like that. RPK's been fantastic throughout, but he can't find the shots this time. It's Liquid with 14. They tie things up. The money is broken, and Vitality once again have to make that decision, Matt. Do they sink or swim? Do they buy into this round and try and deny map point for Liquid? Or do they take the eco and give it to them? I don't know what the call is here. They have $2,000 on 4. Apex with 5K. He could drop the AWP. They could do it all over again.
We said it would be one round that sways the money. Both teams have survived setbacks late in this game, but Liquid, had they lost that, would be facing map point without any money. Vitality could be playing for overtime, or, as you say, it would be a desperate force. Apex is the one that makes you think about it because of his money situation. The rest are not that close.
The way Zaiwu is playing right now, if you truly believe in your superstar, you want to give him that AWP. He's going to buy himself some armor. That's what, oh my God, they're doing it. They are doing it. The AWP is coming out. They are going for broke, ladies and gentlemen. I can confirm. They're going to fight with everything they possibly can here. It's being purchased. Vitality are relying on their superstar Zaiwu to carry them through this round. We'll see if it can be done. He's got to challenge C-Spawn. He's got to go for it. And Stewie will take him down.
That's huge. That is massive. They're on a third-round bonus. He elected not to go with armor. It turns out it doesn't matter because Stewie hits him straight up. They'll have a force left in the last, but it may not get that far because Apex has recovered and RPK
на папин номер можешь, на его еще не делали.
Unbreakable as he hits another one with the Deagle. Apex is ready for the cross. Good second smoke. Nearly got the timing.
Или на мамин Киевстар
можешь. On the site, AK to work with. Great Molotov from Team Liquid.
He just threw the smoke as well. That's going to be a little bit frustrating for him. Oh, here we go. A boost behind the smoke. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely massive. It delivered. Stewie 2K goes down. This is for map point, remember. They bought him with just the AWP, and it could be enough. Down to the 2 versus 2. Both CTs down in spawn.
And they know that because it was off the boost where they showed presence last. Good identification to swing out on quad as a result of it. And it's the AWP that is still in this round. 56 and 100, no kits, no armor, no nades. Just a whole lot of hope as they try and work back up toward the site. Crossfire is extremely potent as they get closer as well. Nitro has the first. Twist is ready to swing. Apex even goes for the jump, makes noise. He's up and ready. Twist finds 2. Liquid find map point.
It was an exciting round. It felt like it had potential, but it falls apart at the seams in the final moments there. The AWP shot down by Stewie 2K. It's recovered from Apex, who actually manages to land a couple of magnificent shots, but still Nitro strong as ever, and this crossfire just impossible. Twist ready to actually take him down there, and now they'll have such a weak buy as we get into the next one. We will see round 30 here. 3 AWPs on the cross. It's NBK to be tagged up, and Stewie to watch the long position. He does get smoked off, falls back here. Surely they'll throw a couple of these orbs away. Yes, just going to stick with one here. Round 30, money doesn't matter anymore. They could find a 2-0 right here, right now. Vitality with SMGs and 3 rifles to deny. The good boost, though.
If Liquid do this, it means not only do Vitality need a reverse sweep, they would have to win on Vertigo.
Yes, that's a very good point.
The conditions of that are pretty incredible, so this is massive if Liquid are able to pick up this round.
RPK in those long doors again. He has been a menace for them.
RPK.
It's the short default once more. RPK, does he dare go any further? Now
RPK.
Flight, watching the flanks as usual, waiting for opportunities to arise. Smoke towards middle, I would say that's more of a bait smoke, just to kind of see what sort of the reaction's going to be. They're going to push up or off that. It doesn't look like a final commitment at all. MBK tucks himself in the corner here. Nitro has the bomb, but still, 45 seconds on the clock.
Max out. Long no longer a threat, but I tell you what is, it's B. And MBK behind the smoke trying to play the off angle. No support from middle at this point in time. And he only has 47 HP.
He could even be naded off this one.
And not only that, he's the only one in B. Even if he gets a few trades and the bomb goes down, they don't have the utility to get back at the site, and they don't have the kits.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой! Если бы еще пропустил.
Back inside of the site. The low HP certainly helps, and Alex might just try and go in on this. He might take the initiative. Twist is caught. They
А, ну это 15-15. А или нет?
Stewie has to be incredible with the AWP up close. Alex saves them. We've got overtime.
Ля-ля.
Somehow they make it work, and it's Liquid giving it up. It felt like it was so done when the bomb was going in towards that B position, but MBK, somehow, he lets them walk past. They don't check it. He gets almost 4 kills. It's 2 actual on the board and then 50 damage to either. That survived, so that was enough for him to pick the round up, but still overtime. We will remain on the T side for Liquid here. It's 16K, as here's the replay from MBK. So the trigger discipline, he must have been sweating bullets at this point. And you can see Elise checks it in the end. All it took was one player to check that angle, and that was the map completed. But MBK, he makes it work with 47 HP.
Start off what is MR 316K, and MBK goes down. Stewie with the opener on the AWP. Just to note, only one round was won by either an explosion or a defusal. It was the CT side, so therefore a defuse. The rest were all kills in that second half.
It's been a very fun game to watch, that's for sure. So much skill on the server right now. And Stewie 2K, he did get that opener. MBK spotted. And the flashbang is, oh my goodness, it's very effective. If you don't mind me saying, Zywoo goes down. And now Alex has everything to do on the A site. We've seen his angle so many times. Can he find multiple headshots here? Delivers the first. Knows he can't really commit to the second, but RPK certainly can. They've actually made this round possible now. It goes back to a 3-on-3.
What a turnaround from Vitality. And the low HP on Eligi's made so much noise. Alex just waits. Doesn't want to push through because he can't afford to go down. But Apex has pressure on, or does he? Because the smoke laid, they're not going to be able to go through on this. Naf is out at the long position beside Pit, trying to look toward the site. And they're going to go back that way as a response to that. With 35 seconds, there's not a lot of time. They've got to go through the doors, past the car, and quickly onto the platform.
They have got 2 smokes for the crossover, though. RPK towards short. They can Molotov his position. They can smoke CT spawn. And if they go quickly now, they should be okay. It's Liquid, though, with 3 HP on a leash. He can get sprayed as he crosses over here, and Alex might commit to it as they do go through. Will a player be taken down upon arrival? No, it looks safe. They do need to Molotov towards short before planting. 8 seconds remain here. Nitro takes a nade to the face. The 3-on-3 continues, and the retake begins.
RPK is the only one that doesn't have the kit. Naf has a flash. That's all there is to work with on the T side. They'll go together. They'll look for trades. Step out, headshot available. Nitro does not want to repeat too soon. Naf at the car. Good response from Apex. Another step further. He might not have had the angle. RPK last alive, but the low HP.
RPK!
Belongs to him, and so does the round for Vitality.
RPK just rolling back the years here. The relentless assault towards the A bomb set. They couldn't hold him off. 3 kills in total. He has had one magnificent showing here on Dust 2.
It looked like Liquid might have done enough there. Great footwork to even get that bomb planted. It was such a difficult play to make happen. But Alex, you can see with the assist there, doing the damage. RPK just mopping them up. And it's going to be the first round on the CT side here in overtime, going in favor of Vitality. Take a timeout here. My goodness. Liquid had this one in the palm of their hand. And flashbacks not like this. Yes, indeed. Liquid fans, Dust 2. It does always seem to go down in this manner, and absolutely. Make Cologne their major again. I think everyone can agree with that. What an epic
I'll
arena.
say it again now, though. Major or not, you guys out there make this event what it is, and it feels every bit as damn good to me.
Братишкин на голове даже кровь появилась от такой игры.
Here are the scores on the doors. It's Twist with 30, RPK 29. He really is pulling out all the stops here. Every single scenario seems to find multiple frags. His long positioning has been out of control. And Stewie 2K looks for another challenge towards middle here. It's surely Alex who's waiting those mid doors again, vulnerable to the Molotov. But fast play here from Naf and Elise. They have short control and confirmed that Zaiwu is not there with the AWP.
Stewie with patience. Smoke to CT, suggestive of placement in middle. Alex is left alone in that position for now, but Apex won't be able to trade him directly, but he'll be able to watch if he does go down to make sure they don't get much further than CT. Nitro back over to the tunnels, Naf. Elise Twist on catwalk. Twist comes back over, flash in. Does he drop and go? Would require some pretty accurate movement, let alone his precision, and Alex shuts him down. They don't get through either, which means he incendiaries them off. MBK gets another. Alex on a drive-by catches out Elige, and it's down to just Stewie and Nitro. 2 straight rounds potentially for Vitality in overtime.
Oh, Stewie's got to run through the smoke here. AWP in hand, and I'm not sure that's the move he wanted to make, but Nitro somehow finds the shot. And a second, all of a sudden the round turns on his head. They might have a say in this one. Zaiwu, does he want to face off this? He absolutely does. Can he close it out early? As Nitro has 20 seconds to try and make this work. Towards the tunnel he looks, and that's where RPK waits. The pincer comes through, and Vitality pick up yet another round. Remember, 16K, so there is money available, but the headline rings that Vitality are up 2-0 here on overtime on their map pick. They are making this happen.
The last 2 alive, Zaiwu and RPK, have combined for 58 kills.
Wow.
Good luck in that clutch. So Stewie toward long with a couple of flashes, but it's going to be a rush. We haven't seen this from Liquid. They're going to try and change it up, or are they? They snap over to the right instead. I thought maybe they would go, but Molotov down instead. Would have been a bold call for overtime. Iwu's still in mid. Smoke down. Oh, he saw them. No, he didn't. I thought he would react when he pulled the Molotov out, and they catch him. That's a freebie for Liquid. Double incendiary, and Twist with his accuracy finds MBK as well. Alex wants to elevate himself so as to catch off the remainders, but the remainders Nitro, and he's holding for a reason. Look at Apex. He's still in closet. Twist has to get that kill because Naf's coming in with the bomb.
Well,
and that might be enough.
I think it might be at this stage. It's been an emphatic round, but RPK surely in the 3 versus 1 after taking one down. They know exactly where he is. Will not be able to get anywhere near that B-bomb, so the flashbang is spot on. They spotted him once again. Damage done, and we're looking for this final round here for Team Liquid to make the scoreline 2-1. They will pick it up. It's 18 to find map points, 19 to close it out. If it gets to 18-18, double overtime will come through. They swap over now as Team Liquid go towards the CT side. Will they bring out that double orb setup? Stewie hasn't looked as promising on this map, but they ready up, and he has purchased a weapon. Great shots from Twist here. What can you do about that? Stewie 2K with the flank as well, just as Alex was getting ready to try and shut down the B-split. Double orb setup, CT side. Zaiwu, no damage on the cross.
Apex, this time is, oh man, so fast. I think faster. Oh, no, he made a mistake. He wanted to go fast, he fell.
He fumbled.
That isn't fumble, that is giving it away. That's a free kick. That's unreal that that happens at that time, and he's so unfortunate that the positioning of Naf is perfect to capitalize.
Try to jump up, try to be quick, and Had to reposition in that stage, it gives it up. One round will just tie things up here. It's a 5 versus 4. Twist knows he has to get the hell out of there, which he does in the nick of time just before the smoke dissipates here. And it looks like a full commitment towards A is coming through. RPK spearheaded the operation to challenge Nafly and Elige.
Great shot, NBK. Twist has been absolutely dominant in the pit in the first half, and he's removed very quickly this time. And NBK, as a result, now looks toward the smoke. Thankfully, there is smoke, because that gives Elige a bit of a lifeline. Not much of one, because a Molotov down. He wants to strike back. It's dissipated. He beats them to it. He drops the ball on 49 seconds, and Alex goes back to recover it in a 2-on-2. Didn't spot Nitro below, but the LWP suggests he wants to go for the fast shot. MBK gets it instead, all on Stewie. And he's been quiet on Dust. This one needs to be perfect. First shot, no need to overcommit and drop down, so he stays high. MBK trying to buy himself time. Smoke already on the bomb, though he can hold this. No sense for the Molotov on top. MBK's got to run. He's got to go quicker than that. He's got to get there just in time. Not enough.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. А, ликвиды выиграли, да?
Stewie 2K in the smoke. He spotted the position of the C4. It wasn't ideal. MBK had to track him down. I think if Stewie doesn't get that smoke down, he actually doesn't get the defuse in. It comes down to the last few milliseconds there. And you're absolutely right. Liquid get it with the last few seconds there. It's going to be 17-17. No damage done on the cross. Slowing things down back to the default. Liquid will pick up the first round of the second half of overtime here, but it wasn't easy.
Zaiwu back out in middle. We've had already a few double overtimes in this tournament.
Oh, yes.
That's not out of possibility yet in this one either. Stewie 2K looks inside of the tunnel. Apex, RPK, both there, and Stewie's gonna go. Pre-scoped. But even if he does, he's gotta get away so quickly.
They've got 2 players there. Even if he gets the 1, he's in trouble here. And down he goes. RPK hits another stunning shot there to get the advantage. Who will post map point first? It's looking likely to be Vitality at this point, but 1 minute remaining. Nafly, the only player towards A, and he's dropped down towards spawn. Molotov there, and it's Twist is all the way in the pit as well. This is going to be such a difficult round if they do commit towards the A bomb site, which looks likely at this stage. Alex out towards middle, hits the shot. This is going to be their round. Vitality, 5-on-3 lead.
And Twist, the only one left on that side, has to go aggressive. MBK beat him inside the pit last round, and he knows that. What? A fantastic response to what was a dink and then a door shot. That gives them long for at least on the retake, but how do they approach it? Because RPK is already getting aggressive. Apex as well towards short. Alex, am I not mistaken in saying he's down below? As he sits inside of CT. Didn't want to be misled and say that when he's on quad. And Elige was somewhat aware of it, but that should secure the round. There's not really much access back in. Incendiary at least pushes him out of the corner, but Nitro might pick up this kill. They're not going to get any closer to a bomb that is ticking away. And it's done. It's map point Vitality. Incredible turn of fate, especially in the second half. You have to consider where they came from. It might have been 8-7, but they weren't compelling an argument that was saying to me there was no chance for Liquid. Well, RPK and Zaiwu silenced that.
Yeah, they absolutely did, and you got to be treated as something a little bit special here, ladies and gentlemen. The French have brought out the auto snipers for the final rounds here. It's going to be a lot of damage. At least attempted towards those mid doors at the very start. What a job Alex did. He really has come into his own, delivering. There it is! The auto sniper, we don't see it too often, but when it works out, it does look good.
Ну давай, давай, братва.
A 5-on-4, the kick off the round. Stewie 2K is the one to be dropped, and Twist, he'll actually just push long off the bat here. That's a hell of a call. He brings the round back to a 4-on-4, an even keel, and he actually has control of middle as well. This could be a B finish from Vitality. Nitro in a Legion position.
Yeah, Twist is taking matters into his own hands. He's still on 34. I say still. He's on 34 ahead of everyone else. Nitro needs to make up for the fact that they lost B last time. RPK goes down and leads with 2. Nitro steps back out again. And Zaiwu to get the bomb back. Again, we said double overtime is out of possibility. Isn't unbelievable. But it might be with Zaiwu finally hitting shots like that as he steps back into the door. And he won't plant. There's no rush.
Чуть-чуть не достал.
As now
We didn't see him perform an overpass, but my God, did he deliver here on Dust 2. That's much more like it. RBK posting 33 frags as well. The star players finally showing up, and we tie up this best-of-5 series 1-1 as we move on to Inferno. That is as close as it gets, right down to a 1 versus 1 in overtime there.
Liquid drop the map. Vitality rise up, and you should rise up your DHL signs because it's time for the DHL drop. Chad Spongebird chill out there. This is what his real job is. This is where he makes all his money, Henry.
Yeah, this is looking good for him, actually. He spotted it. Oh,
was that for me? I ordered that last night. Man, that's really fast. Chad, is that mine?
It's
Chad?
He's looking for someone here.
Chad, I'm back. I'm behind the stage. Chad, no, he's going the wrong way, Henry. Where's he taking my package? Who's gonna get this instead? Hang on. Must not be mine. Whose is this one then? Who's got their signs high enough in the air right now to get the DHL drop? And it turns out he's found someone lucky enough in the front row. Oh, and a French flag there as well. Perfect timing for them as they pick up the map, and a few extra little goodies as well from DHL.
Well, we love to see that. Chad Birchall, a good Samaritan, making sure he delivers all of his packages on time. As we'll see a nice little baseball cap and the socks as well, Matt. It's always good to have a pair of socks with you. So great stuff from Chad Birchall, and thank you to DHL.
All right, well, with that, map 2 is done. Vitality tied the series. We are guaranteed at least Mirage, and Liquid are not getting away easy. Great performance, and we'll see you again after the break for map number 3.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why we play, right?
Oh, it's a lovely sound in my ears, Alex. It's a lovely sound.
Who thinks that the North American Counter-Strike scene is back?
Chicago, make some noise for Team America.
This is their chance to grab a trophy on home soil.
Taco waits below it, though. Taco waits below it, and he holds! That's absolutely sensational!
At the highest level of play, there can be no compromises. Gamers demand the highest clock speeds to give them the FPS they need to perform. Rise to the moment. Intel Core i7, the official CPU of ESL One. Game, record, stream without compromise.
Do you have what it takes? Sign up now for the Vodafone 5G ESL Mobile Open. Qualify for the grand final at Milan Games Week.
This is Game Fuel. It's domination in a can. taste like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
So this is it. This is where it all started. The great business of DHL.
You remember when we still use these?
We have all come a long way since then.
Hey, Effie, my little buddy. We got a special job for you. And this is only the beginning.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every frag, every moment. I run, but I never hide. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely. Which is why, as the expert, I bet with Betway. If you know CSGO, then you'll know the best way to bet on esports is with Betway, for the love of the game.
Take a dive before you dry off. It's the only way to live. You can't be without it, baby. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Try before you sign off. It should get you sick. Real stories. It's the only way to live. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah, yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Pick up panel to be right on. Yeah. 'Cause no one really gives. Don't look back, I'll keep your eyes on. Long ago. Doesn't matter what it gon' cost. Never gave you shit. Real souls. Let it take a hit. Hey. Who's getting high on emotion? Look around. People fight all their life for some peace. Yeah. Look around. Fancy cars and the smiles of the ocean. Purple sky, let that night come with peace. Anywhere you wanna be. Anywhere you wanna be. Yeah. Hold up your sign, though. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. They ain't count on that. Show what you gon' do. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. They don't want all that. Take off. Rush at the rush. Take off. Rush at the rush. Rush. Take off. Rush at the rush.
Said I'd find a way to turn my heart into something gold. Knew I saw
ESL One Cologne is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, DHL, Betway, Asus Republic of Gamers, Pay Safeguard, and MSI.
Vitality spring to life on map 2, Dust 2, and my goodness, I loved it too. I'm your host, Machine. We do have our analysts all standing by to break this one down and prepare ourselves for Inferno. It's a best of 5. This is a marathon and not a sprint, and Voodoo Sailors are a curse on this planet. Joining me, though, is Chad Sponge Birchall. He's over at the Telestrator, and he's going to be breaking down some of those influential plays that did dictate Big Vitality to take it in the end.
Yeah, in this one here, Alex, I was really impressed with both teams, the tactical diversity and what they were able to offer in terms of a reaction. Now, let's get this one going. First of all, I would just want to show you that they have got control here of mid and catwalk. Long, there's a smoke there, they don't have to worry about that, and RPK is covering off towards upper tunnels. Now, an Execute's going to come in, and you're going to see Alex, he's going to drop on back and actually throw a smoke from towards top mid when this radar pops on down. Now, I like this because they're trying to sell an A fake here, and we spoke about their fakes earlier. You're going to see the smoke come over the top. But the cool thing is, Liquid was so prepared for this. They had a 3-man B stack that they got a little bit lucky. You can see the fake coming on in here. It holds the 2A players, but what I want to show you is the POVs of the Liquid players. So if we pull this forward, the first player that I want you to focus on here is Stewie, who's able to be very aggressive in Dark. So we can play this one out. Stewie's actually going to find himself an opening kill here onto RPK, which means Elige and Nitro can now turn all of their attention towards this middle position where they're able to stop the mid to B. If you look at Twist POV as well, he's also starting to push towards long. So they're grabbing information all over towards the map while Naf is merely holding the fake or the strat that they thought was coming on in. So they've locked down this push. Twist now has all the rotations cut off, and Naf is still waiting here for MBK to either push towards A or to go help his teammates. And at that point, the round is pretty much done and dusted. There's another round here that just quickly want to go over. You guys might remember this one. This was a chance for Zywoo here, who was almost able to win this 1-on-2 situation. Now they're going to run away from him. He's going to set himself up, actually covering off towards T-Spawn. And this is what I love from all the players in the server. They're so aware. Nitro comes T-Spawn, looks at the ground. He can't be seen. We're going to go a little bit faster forward. Now he goes towards long. He knows that Zywoo with the AWP was on the B side of the map. Well, he has a smoke in his hands, and he's going to throw a smoke towards CT spawn. Zywoo here can hear this smoke. This makes a lot of noise. It drops on down, and when he hears it, he actually tries to push forward. Twist, aware of the fact, pushes up and gets the kill before he can get in position and take down that of Nitro, stopping the bomb getting towards the bomb site. So fantastic stuff from Liquid and Vitality in this game.
Incredible stuff from all of the individuals of Vitality. Yes, Zywoo wasn't necessarily doing Zywoo things, and it was considered a win condition by our analysts. Let's re-meet them once again. Jacob Pimp Vinegar and Duncan Thorin Shields for map 2. I guess we start at the very top. Duncan, we didn't necessarily see the Zywoo win condition. We didn't necessarily need it.
But we saw one of France's other all-time great Counter-Strike players, and Henry G's was rolling back the years, because I was looking it up there. I didn't watch CS Source. I only saw briefly some of the very games here, etc. This was, I guess, what people were loving back then, because this guy dropped, what, 32 kills or something?
I'm going to check the stats for RPK.
And I looked it up. It's been 19 months since RPK had 30-plus kills in a game. So you can see, if you remember, there was that envious period towards the end of 2017 where he was pretty hot, but then he was basically the only good thing in that team. So what a time to do it as well, because that was a map team Liquid could have won.
I want to make sure we make that clear. 19 months since he dropped 30 in a professional game. Yes, that's crazy. Take a look at this. On LAN, he really did step up. There are so many moments. I've got 3 at the tippy top of my head. The fight on long, his ace on long on the eco. I mean, okay, I feel like maybe he's a long player, but there was a lot of success from him, even with the FAMAS close on sight.
And I think that's what's so impressive about RPK, because he's playing one of the most vital positions on the map of Dust 2, and that is locking down long. When Liquid had some struggles getting out there, you mentioned it yourself, there was numerous of occasions where RPK just closed it down, and that's what he does when he's on fire. That being said, though, the first time in 19 months, what a better place to do that inside this arena at Cologne against Liquid, who, as Chad said, didn't necessarily play a bad game, just weren't, playing up to their full potential. And then when you have RPK and a Zywoo, I would say he had a great game as well. Well, Vitality come alive and they win a map.
I mean, I do need to eat my words a little bit. I'm sitting there saying, where was Zywoo? Of course, he's right alongside RPK in the frags. But it did feel like there was a couple of uncharacteristic misses. He was also doing some gorgeous holds towards short. We saw him win the game for them, but
And I think a reason of why you think that is because of the opening duels, right? Because you always think about Cyber as this great opening fragger. He was 2 for 8 in this one. It was actually NBK who was involving himself in a lot of opening duels, going 9 for 12. So a success rate of 75% for NBK, despite not having the greatest game. Well, everyone is coming alive from Vitality right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think perhaps it's enhanced by the fact that we saw them give the AWP, like hero AWP to Zywoo, and just immediately Stewie 2K just takes it out of the round. Apex, of course, did heroics in order to keep things close, but I'm starting to get a bit of a beautiful picture in my mind that we could truly have a grand final here. Admittedly, Overpass took me a bit by surprise. I thought both teams were very competent on it, Duncan. But does this start to make sense now? Now that Dust 2's under the French's belt, do you think we could see 4? We could perhaps even talk about 5.
Absolutely. I mean, Vitality could win from here on out. Obviously, they had their chances in that first map. It was just those amazing rounds we saw in the Weatherman segment that basically stopped them having a chance to get back into the game, broke them entirely in the economy. You see in this game here, it's very easy to look at Zywoo and look at RPK and what the French did, but why was it in overtime? Because Twists was going ham again. This guy literally, he's trying to win the MVP just in the finals, it looks like.
Certainly does. Now, we are going to be taking a quick hiatus from analysis. We've got plenty of time to be breaking it down. We'll be focusing on Inferno when we get back from this, but we do have an opportunity to check out Visca and Project 14's new music video. It's called Stardust, and it's exclusive here at ESL One Cologne. Let's take our first look.